These are bold predictions because we don't have anything to go on, right? We have bologna. We have a bunch of bologna sandwiches, and we're taking one and saying one of these is prosciutto and fresh mozzarella and roasted peppers, but they all look like bologna. So we just got to guess. You know, we have to guess. Oh, this is the one. If it's not, well, I guess we eat bologna. The Washington Redskins at the time, they didn't want to trade the 5th overall pick. They didn't want to do it. They probably wanted Ricky Williams, or they wanted somebody for their own team. And Ditka just kept dumping shit. No, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. And he got to a deal. You're seriously going to give me the 12 overall, every pick in this draft, plus your 1st and 3rd next year for one guy? They took it. So you want to know how this worked out? 2 years later, the Saints traded Ricky Williams. I think they fired Mike Ditka too. Like, this guy's out of his fucking mind. So that's what they did. This guy's out of his mind. They bought in on name only. They said, hey, man, he's a genius. We're just going to go. Nobody thinks this is smart. Nobody else in the organization bought into that one. I'm sure of it. But they let him do it because he's Mike Ditka, and then we learned right there that Mike Ditka's plumb crazy.
I think he's going to be day one, a violent vertical edge setter.
I see some gas on this. Getting that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody.
Dig, drop, you're finished.
Hey, first down. This is weird. Get worse than that, right?
There you go. Muted again. I said I don't know if it's going to be any better over here, guys, than it was at Jets Talk 24/7. My speeds are slow. I dropped the resolution as best I could. And this is what I got. So hopefully it's better. Welcome to this version of the After Hours Jets Fest. We got an early start because why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Usually I start at 10:30. Guess why? Because I'm on the other show till 10. That's why. So now I figure, hey, man, just maybe I'll get to bed early. Imagine that on a Tuesday night. I'm usually in bed by like 1:32. So why not? Look at everybody. Chris Merkovich is here. Salty Nuts Magoo. Kyle Ornsby. Hank is here. Big Joe is here. Yeah, man. Hank and Mike, Mark Riz, Justin Jets. It's good to see you guys, man. Racing Jason and Biker Ray are here. Keith is here. Yeah, man. Mikey Mouse. Ant Jets. Look at Big Joe. He wants to go to sleep already. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it for you, Big Joe. I'm doing it for you, buddy. You know? So who knows? Let me ask you this. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Because I don't know. Like I said, my speed tests are incredibly low. That's why another benefit of going on late is that a lot of people are off the internet, you know? So I get a little bit better chance to have good service for you guys. But that's why it's good, the late night whatever fests, whatever this is. So guys, that was a shit show. Were you guys over at the other stream? We had a tough time tonight, guys. That was a tough one. First it was me and my stuff, and then it was Ryan's stuff, and then Matt O'Leary's stuff went out, and then Ryan's stuff went again, and I was trying to fix my end, but by that time it wasn't me anymore. It was Ryan, so that's why I couldn't fix anything. I'm over here trying to troubleshoot and everything else. But so Mark says, sound great. That's good. Look like SNES, but better. Look like SNES. Sound great. Look like SNES. Okay, Snez, I'm in. But better than Ryan and Olagi. I get it. Yeah, I feel bad, man, because you guys know I travel around. I never know what the internet's going to be, and I had those few months in Virginia. Oh, were they nice? They were nice days. But now I'm back in Orlando, and it's just so happens we've been here before. I've run quite a few streams from here in the past, and this place only T-Mobile works, guys. That's it. AT&T, zero. Verizon, zero. Any derivatives, Cricket, it's all nothing. The only thing that works here is T-Mobile, and so everybody knows that. This is a huge RV park, and everybody knows that. So everybody's on T-Mobile. It's 9:30. Everybody's watching TJ Hooker. You know what I mean? The honeymooners or whatever. So that's what they're doing. That's why. So Derek Luker, I am also pumped for the Jets versus the Dolphins. I really am. And, it's a funny thing. I think I might be brain damaged. I'm starting to think that, Derek, because there is no good reason why I should be excited well, maybe there are. And let's pull those out today. What do you think? Maybe we'll try to justify the feelings that you and I are having. I think that Zach Wilson, before this last game, had the best consecutive 6 quarters of his career so far, right? He had the best 6 quarters of his career. And then he comes in, his guys are hurt. Elijah Moore's not there. Guys that he's gotten a little comfortable with, and they're not there. Now, I don't think that's an excuse. I think he should have still played better. I really do. And it is what it is. But he had a dip in the ups and downs. He had a down. But now we're getting Michael Carter back. We're getting Tyler Croft back. We're getting Michael Carter the second back. We're even getting Bryce Huff back, guys. So I think that influx of guys might just be the little boost that we need to take this Miami Dolphins team, who's been surging. They're on a win streak, but they also have a bunch of injuries and some COVID stuff. So there's a lot of players not playing. It's perfectly set up. If Zach plays well, we can win this game. And that gives me excitement. I would love, even if it's just a 4-win season, getting past 3 to 4 would be good for me. Honestly, that's it. I'd be fine. What do you guys think? SNES, Super Nintendo, right? So, honest to God, I thought not right away, Mikey Mouse, but I thought about that. I was like, Super NES. I said, no, NES, yeah, Nintendo. That's funny. Chris, you're an asshole. That's funny. That's funny, man. So what do you guys think? Are you guys, can you, let me see something here. Hold on, guys. Let me share. Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna share something. And a lot of times when I do this, my screen gets better. So you guys want to do a mock tonight? We'll do a mock. Hold on. We'll do a little mocky poo. And this way, when I share the screen, a lot of times it gets better. So just hold on a second. And I'll leave it there. We're not going to do the mock just yet, but I'll leave it there. And this way, maybe my screen will be better. Okay? Hold on. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll talk. I know. I see you, Salty. And I know. Like I said, my speeds are down, like incredible. Generally speaking, I'm not supposed to even be able to do this without at least 5 upload. Okay. Right now I have 2. I was trying to fix it, and I just said, I'm going to go live anyway. So now is my face better? Am I a little bit more crisp? Tell me. I want to see. What's up, J Dubs? I see you. Get my Bob. What's up, buddy? Joe Nelson. Mock sounds good. Yes, you can. The Jets want the edge guys they need to lose to the Jags. Maybe. You never know. So, right, why not, Ant Jet? So tell me, though, before we move on, can you guys see my face? I'm smaller, obviously, but am I a little bit crisper? Like a lot of times when I do that, when I make my head real little over here, see, that's what I'm doing. When I do that, It looks better. Yeah, Mikey Mouse, right? He says so. It looks a bit. That's it, just a bit. Yes, it's better, Racing Jason. Right. All right. So we're gonna do a mock tonight. That's what we'll do. But I want to talk a little bit first, if that's agreeable. Okay. So Justin Jets is asking me a question, and I'd like to talk about this. Yes, thanks, Aunt Jets. Oh, everybody's saying much better. Yeah. See, look, guys, we have a few tricks up our sleeves. It doesn't always work, but we have them. Every now and then, these little cards I got hidden up my sleeves, nobody catches me using it. You see what I mean? Thank you, John. Much better. Okay. Mark Riz, that's good. So let me talk to Justin Jets real fast. So he says, why do people keep saying don't draft Hamilton top 10, safety not premium? But they suggest drafting a center. Center is not a premium position either. Well, that's a good point. But let me tell you exactly why. This narrative that a safety isn't a premium position is new. Now, it's not to say it wasn't always the case, but it's become common vernacular in this world only in the past, let's say 10 years. That's it. Before that, safeties were like to get a true ball hawking safety or a hard hitting safety was considered a very important thing to do. Now, as we move forward with the NFL analytics and all this, people start really analyzing the impact from positions and in scenarios and situations. Where it's all we hear about these days. So when you look at the Jets and how we've drafted 2 first-round safeties in the past decade, okay, 2, both of them ill-advised, both of them kind of their claim to fame was like hitting, Jamal Adams, super tough. Jamal's claim to fame was more about willing the team to greatness. He was such an important, impactful leader and all. He had all that stuff. But Calvin Pryor had one claim to fame. He'll knock your head off, in Rex Ryan's words, right? We should not have taken a safety in that draft. Absolutely not. Wide receiver was our number one need, and that was the wide receiver draft of all time at that point. No wide receiver draft was ever as deep and strong as that one. And we took a effing safety. The Jamal Adams thing is what we needed a quarterback. And there was Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes sitting there. And we grabbed a safety. And then followed it up with a safety in the second round. So Jets fans in particular happen to be scarred with this one, Justin. Okay. Now, and they're accurate. Safety is not a premium position. Premium positions are considered obviously quarterback, left tackle, wide receiver, edge rusher, defensive end, and or outside linebacker, whoever you got rushing the edge, cornerback. Those are the premium positions. But that doesn't mean other positions aren't incredibly important. Now, the guys that are saying don't draft Hamilton, most of them are just adhering to the idea that dude, haven't we learned our lesson? Most are in that, I couldn't stomach drafting another damn safety with a top 5 pick or whatever it is. And I get it. The other group is talking about the premium position, but they don't know really very much about Kyle Hamilton. Now, Kyle Hamilton in particular, when is the last time that you saw a safety listed as the potentially second or third best player in the entire draft? It almost never happens. Never. Okay. Honest to God, I don't even think Ed Reed was considered the top 3 players in the draft. Okay. So when we use every year, you hear guys are generational talents. That's just because the media are a bunch of hacks. They don't know how to use words and elicit a response without using big dramatic words, and they'll overuse it and beat them into the ground because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's the truth. Okay. They don't know how to just talk and be real. They have to use words like generational. But the truth is Kyle Hamilton is a generational talent at safety. Now, will he bust or be? I don't know. Nobody knows. But the truth is this is the best safety to come out since Ed Reed, period. Okay, there is no one in that conversation. Jamal Adams, absolutely not. Clinton Dix, no way. You know what I'm saying? So Kyle Hamilton is fantastic at covering. He could be a single high safety and cover the whole field. He's got great, well, let me say, he's got great presence. He knows where the ball's going to go. He has a nose for the ball. He's also able to lay the wood. He can rush the quarterback. He can do everything exceptionally well. He's big, 6'4", dude. So that's the thing. The guys that are saying don't draft him, and they could, look, people that know what they're doing, they might just value a different position. That's fine. But I think most of the people saying don't draft them are in one of those camps that, dude, didn't we learn our lesson? Or safety's on a premium position with they're right. But I think it's really hard to pass up a generational talent, truly generational, when that's a position of dire need. It's not like we don't need a safety, man. We have none. Well, we have Ashton Davis, right? And who knows what he's going to be. Sometimes he looks like he's doing all right, and other times he looks like he's got his head up his ass. So who knows? But that's my answer for you, Justin. The center thing, I think it's just because they watch our offensive line. They watch our quarterback getting killed all day, and they forget that Connor McGovern actually just needed a minute, and he's playing top 10 center ball right now, and they forget. And they don't like him. They're done. They want to move on. I don't want to move on for Connor McGovern. If we take a center, I'd love to see Connor McGovern go to the guard and kill two birds at one stone. We were talking about it last year with Creed Humphrey and some others. But anyway, that's my answer for you, buddy. Mumtaz, well, look at this. Thank you, Mumtaz, for the big golden super chat. I do appreciate it, man. He says, are Zach's struggles typical of rookies? Rookies usually can't read defenses or hold the ball too long, etc. Zach, on the other hand, has a bad case of the yips combined with trying to Aaron Rodgers. Mental fix needed. Yeah, well, look, what I will say is most rookies, like when you look at the pool of rookies every year, whether it be quarterback, cornerback, and on and on and on, most rookies come in and have difficulties. Most. And then there are the guys the next tier that have really good batch of games. Maybe they come out shot like a cannon and then they settle down over the next, second half of the season, second year, all that sort of stuff. I think Zach Wilson's scenario is pretty interesting because if we just look back and be honest with ourselves, Mumtaz, if we're just honest with ourselves and say, when we were looking and having these conversations before the draft, and we did it right here on this show and we did it all over other streams and everything, there were concerns with Zach Wilson. A lot of Jets fans would get mad. That's bullshit. You just hate him, all that stuff. There were legitimate concerns with Zach Wilson, and I'll give them to you. And I laid them out before the draft, and I got my head chopped off for it. One is the competition at BYU is not NFL competition. It's not an SEC or even ACC kind of, that playing Clemson and playing Virginia. It's not the same. Okay? It's just not. Now, they play some good teams and all that, but it's just not the same. The other thing is that Zach Wilson had more time than any other first-round quarterback in the draft. And that every single one. Zach Wilson had the most time behind center. So what does that mean? He was given so much time back there to survey and scan, and he never had pressure. He was the least pressured out of all of them. And that wasn't going to be the case in the NFL. So we didn't know what he was going to look like because most of the time he didn't have pressure. Now, when he did have pressure, he didn't play quite as well. Not terrible, but he looked a little different. And so that's the thing. Number 3, you add to it New York, you add to it Jets, you add to it the first 3 games with the offensive line, and all those things, okay? LaFleur, just you add everything into a pot, and this is a recipe for somebody having struggles. That's what I think. Now, even with that, Mumtaz, I think that he probably should be looking a little better by now. Honestly, I do. But he's not. I was trying to create some sort of nice answer for you. But he's not. But here's the good news with Zach Wilson. The talent is there, like the arm strength. He's not a guy that's trying to compensate for athletic deficiencies. He doesn't have any. They're all intact. Number two, he's not known as a doofus. He's not Ryan Leaf. He's not some of these other guys, Rick Meyer. He's not those guys. What he is somebody who's known to be incredibly intelligent. He's also super kind of blue collar attitude. He wants to get his nose in the books. He wants to go to work. All those things. Now, those are incredible positives. But when you're adding that to the sauce right now, it can be too much. He's like overwhelming himself, you know? So I think Zach might take a minute, man. Clearly it is. But I mean, it might take till next year. We might not see Zach Wilson look good this year, but we might see him come back next year and light this shit up, man. Like, dude, the most recent example I want to point to is Josh Allen. People say, I'm tired of hearing about Josh Allen. Well, I'm sorry, because it's a very good comp. Now, they're not the same quarterback. Josh Allen clearly has the height and all that. But what's Josh Allen's deal? He was known to have two things. One, super strong arm. Two, he was a good running quarterback. Problems, terrible accuracy. Kind of makes boneheaded, decisions. Takes a lot of unnecessary risks. Ball control. The ball security. All those were big problems for Josh Allen. The first year, he had more picks than touchdowns, if I remember correctly. And it was only like 12, 13, something like that. And the next year, he was a little better. And the next year, he was a little better. And then and then he's great. And he's not great, but nobody's questioning him being the quarterback. So you have to kind of take that with a grain of salt and just know, like, hey, man, it's going to take time. So that's what I think, Mumtaz. And I think he is trying to do too much. That's what I think. I think he looked really relaxed in the Eagles game, and I think he looked relaxed in the second half of the Texans game. I think he looked relaxed. This game, he looked like complete dookie. So, what's up, Jeremy? I see you, buddy. Thanks for popping in. You going to watch my back? What do you think? How do I look? Bad? I look okay? We're going to do a little mock action. What do you think? I'll bring you in for that, okay? You want to come in for that? Okay. Jeremy's here, so he'll come in and help us out. Look, what's he saying? I did not know you streamed earlier. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to step on you. I'm sorry. Jeremy was doing a mock, everybody. What do I know? So let's see. What was that? So Gitmo says, some of the best safeties in NFL history were drafted in the middle rounds. Totally. Some of the best ones in NFL history were drafted in the first round, Gitmo, Bob. You know what I mean? Like, I hear you. I totally hear you. Like, those kinds of cases, Bob, are interesting because Joe Douglas is doing what we want to see in the later rounds. We're seeing it. But you can't live and die by that. You have to be able to maximize your premium picks. You can't succeed in this league very long if you don't hit on your early picks. You can't. On more of them than not. Like, you got to get those right. The good news is I think Becton is not, I don't even have a question. Now this injury sucks. But all the stories you're seeing, it's like, it's all dumb to me. It's just New York. That's all it is. These stories wouldn't even be happening in Indianapolis. That's my thought on it. So, you look at this last year. I mean, dude, AVT is a slam dunk, barring some freak injury or something like that. The guy's great, and he's only going to get better. You look at Elijah Moore. Dude, he's a stud. Michael Carter, he's a stud. And then you look at Michael Carter II, stud. You know what I mean? So we're and who knows? Like, we have Sherwood, we have Nasruldeen, we have Eccles, we have a bunch of guys that, like, honest to God, can be contributors. I mean, it's not a what am I looking for? It's not I'm fucking tired. It's not. I'm completely stumped on it. It's not unrealistic. There it is. There it is. So I think you're right. But at the same time, Bob, when you have a generational, truly generational, not ESPN generational, I think it's hard to pass it when you need that position as it is. Now, there's plenty of great or solid safeties. This happens to be probably the deepest safety class. If all the juniors come out, it's the deepest safety class in recent memory. So, you know what I mean? It's going to be interesting to see what happens with these guys. But like guys like Jordan Battle is another one I like. And you know, it's early, man. I haven't really dug in to a lot of these guys, but there's plenty that are good. I love Isaiah Polamau from USC. I love him. Now, I don't love him in the early rounds, but I think he's going to be a mid-round pick, and he's going to be a stud. That's what I think. So it's going to be interesting. Good safeties can change a defense. Now, think about this, Joe. I totally agree that safety is not premium, and you can get away with having average safety play. You can. If your pass rush is great and your cornerbacks are above average, really good. But if you have a safety like an Ed Reed or a Troy Polamalu, what that can do is cover, and you have a pass rush, dude, and a guy like Bryce Hall and Brandon Eccles, they're going to be fine. When you have real help above them and you have somebody really making the quarterback nervous, dude, that's what they're trying to build here. And I would understand if they didn't draft Hamilton, but I'm really hoping they do if they deem him to be healthy. That's the issue for me. Oh, so what else? Yeah, completely agree with you. Oh, he's completely. I thought that said GreenBean. It says gangrene. I no longer agree. How you like that? All right, let's see. I got to catch up. I'm going to scroll down and catch up a little bit. Do I like any of the wide receivers in this draft? Yeah, you know what? I'll give you a guy that I think. I'm trying to look at guys that I think this team would like. Like, because look, the idea that they don't like Denzel Mims is mind-numbing to me. I don't understand it. Okay, I don't. And so, with that said, I'm looking at wide receivers that are a little bit smaller and stuff. One guy I like is Zay Flowers. Okay, he's out of Boston College. Let me look him up. I think he's 5'10". Hold on. Zay let me see. He's 5'11", right. So I like him a whole bunch. I like Aeneas Smith from Texas. You know, Mechie is interesting, but he's I think he's got isn't he injured right now, Mechie? So we got to be careful with drafting guys with injury histories. That makes me nervous. But yeah, there's a few I like, but I don't know, man. I'd hate to have to draft a wide receiver up top. Like, I really want to see edge, safety, corner, linebacker. Like, I really want to see those guys this year. The last 2 years, I was all about the offense until the mid-round. I wanted tight ends. I wanted guards. I wanted tackles. You know, that's what I wanted. Wide receivers, tight ends. But then this year, I'm really wanting to see, and it's a strong defense draft. The safeties, super deep. The linebackers are really strong up front. The edge is really strong up front. It kind of ends with, what the hell's that guy's name? Engelman? Hold on, let me see here. Enigbear, something like that. Let me see. Yeah, Kingsley Enigbear. It kind of ends there for the guys that have there's going to be guys that make it after that, of course. But it just kind of ends. Like, you got Hutchinson, Thibodeau, Karlaftis, Ojabo. You got Drake Jackson, and then the Enigbear. Then there's a few more, but like, you want to get one of those guys, man. You even two. You want to get one of those guys. You got to get one of those edge rushers, in my opinion. And I'd hate to see us lose out on a Devin Lloyd or a Nakobe Dean at linebacker, because we needed to draft another damn receiver because these guys won't use Denzel Mims. It bothers me. It fucking pisses me off, man. So, Mike, let me ask you a question. When are they going to put him in for a whole game? That's what I'd like to see. When you take a guy and you throw him in there and you create a scenario where you have to make good. This is your big shot. That's what they keep doing to him. Why, dude? Everybody's injured. Just play him the whole game. Let him work through his stuff. Right? He didn't single-handedly. Dude, it was two plays. 2. That's what he did. 2 plays. And 1 penalty was stupid, in my opinion. I'm telling you, man, this staff created a scenario where fans like Mike and my good friend Jeremy, who's sitting in the chat, and Ryan, everybody's like, Mims sucks. And it's not true. Let me tell you something. If Mims was on the Bucks or on the Cardinals or on the Colts, he'd be lighting it up because they would just use him like he's supposed to be used. He's never had penalty problems. He's never had drop problems. He's never had attitude problems. He's never been called a slouch ever. All of a sudden, that's all he is. He's a lazy schlub with all he does is get penalties and drop the ball. What happened? You tell me, Mike. I'm curious. I want to know. I don't think he single-handedly did anything. They stuck him in there for 2 plays, and he made 2 mistakes. And then they took him out of the game. Just like last week. They put him in for 1 play. He made a mistake, and they took him, which was a terrible call, by the way. And, look, we don't got to do the Mims things again. But, DJ, I totally agree. But the thing is, we've used all of our premium capital on offense, and we just need them to gel. That's it. Like, look, when you go out there and you have an offense, if your quarterback is good, settled in and comfortable, he's protected well, he has a very strong running game, and he's got receivers like Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, and whoever. A couple, 3 really good receivers and a nice tight end, which is what I want to draft. Dude, that's an offense. Like, we're halfway there. And they just need to gel. If it's all about Zach. If Zach's hitting these guys, dude, we have a whole different season. And then there's the drops. And everybody's just, everybody's in their first year. It's just a lot of thinking going on. That's what I think. A lot of thinking, guys. Yeah, ACL. There you go, Jeremy. Thank you. Yes, you do. Jeremy's changing his tune now. Jeremy sent me a text this weekend. He said, because I was having trouble getting the game, so he was keeping me updated. So he said, Mims just got pulled. I said, for what? He said, for sucking. That's what he said. Oh, fucking change your tune. I'm not going to bring you on yet either. I don't want you to be able to answer that. I want to leave it there. And everybody, they only hear my side, and they're going to believe me because that's the way it is. You can talk in the chat. Well, you know what sucks, Chris, is that the end of the year schedule for them is about as powder, like it's just pancake. It's an easy cake schedule, man. Like, that's just the way it ended up. They got the Jags, they got the Texans. It's like, that's what they're going to play. They just beat the Texans. I think they could lose 1 or 2 more. My hope is we get a top 10 pick for them. I think we're at 7 right now, right? Let me take a look. Yeah, 7. So that's where we are right now. I think by the end of the day, we'll probably be somewhere around here because they have a very good chance of winning out. And that would be interesting. But look where we are with the Panthers. Dun, 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 dun. So here's our pick. Here's the Panthers pick because Sammy Boyd did not make good down there. Matt Rule firing Joe Brady, everybody. He's the one that needs to go. Yeah, that's the truth. Jeremy chimes in. He says, Ty Johnson ruined the first 3 drives. Now, let me just tell you something. I want to remind you how long I've been talking about depending on Ty Johnson, what a mistake it was. Now, I'm not always right? And you guys know me by now. I'm rooting for the guys that walk on the field with our helmet on. I never enjoy seeing guys that I'm concerned are going to blow it, actually blow it. I'm never happy with that. Never. But maybe now we can get some other people on my side here. I've had my head chopped off about my Ty Johnson thoughts. And I don't dislike him. I'm just saying the guy is feast or famine. And we saw, and this is what I would like to see. We have a coaching staff that pulls Denzel Mims after he makes 2 mistakes, and we leave Ty Johnson in there for the whole game. He destroyed 3 drives, not 1, not 2 plays. And he was in the whole game. They threw the ball to him 4 more times, guys, just so you know. He's had numerous drops this year. He's had fumbles this year. He's a complete liability in pass protection. And he goes completely dormant in the running game. He has great days, and then he's nothing. I don't like that. I don't like those guys. That's what I'm saying, JW. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see the Jets say, okay, clearly we're not going to the playoffs this year. We're evaluating young guys. We're going into, free agency and the draft and everything. We're going to start Pirine, we're going to start Mims, and we're going to start Kenny Yeboah. And we're going to see what these guys have. They're going to use Hamilcar Rashed on the edge a little bit, get him in the game. Fuck it. Leave Pinnock out there. Just leave him out there, man. Coach him, teach him, work through his issues with him. If Eccles is back, that's fine. That's the same thing. Let Eccles go out there. Michael Carter, it even applies to Javelin Guidry. Just let those guys play. Let Elijah Riley start. Just let these guys play. Get Nathan Shepard off the field and put Jonathan Marshall on the field. Take him off. It should be Jonathan Marshall, Kyle Phillips, Quinnen Williams. Get Sheldon Rankins out of there. Just play the young guys and get them their time. That's what I think. But it won't happen because I don't know. It's like they're afraid they're doing it, but they're afraid to really do it. You know what I mean? Like they're doing it. They're definitely playing lots of young guys and they committed to it, but they're still keeping a little too many vets. Like the Tevin Coleman thing. He's a great guy. That's great. I'd rather see Pirine. I'd rather not have cut Josh Adams. That's me. How you doing? How you doing? All right, let me get to a couple comments and we're going to do ourselves a mock. What do you think? This is good. I'm going to bring Jeremy on. He's going to be like, hey, man, this is better than my mock. That's what he's going to say. You should. Hopefully you saved your mock. I want to see it, though. Seattle will lose to the Rams. That's it. Win out the rest. Mumtaz. Yeah, well, they'll lose to the Rams. And I think they play the Card. Let's take a look. Hold on. Let me see Seattle's remaining schedule. Can't spell the word Seahawks all of a sudden. All right. I'm looking here. I'm not going to share the screen. I just want to tell you guys. So their last 4 games are as follows. They play the Rams this week. Then they play the Bears. That could go either way. That could. Then they play the Lions. And then they play the Cardinals. Okay. Now, when I looked at this, the last time I looked at it, it was right before the Washington game. So it was Washington, the Texans, the Niners, the Bears, the Lions. Like more of them were weak. But this is nice. I think the Rams and the Cardinals look pretty good. We have a chance. And I'd love to see the Lions. Win that game, boy. Oh, would I love it. I don't think anything would make me happier this season than the Lions beating the Seahawks. Because I want the Lions to get out of that bottom. If the Jets keep losing, I'd love to get that first pick, man. We still can. It's not written yet. It's close. Wouldn't that be great to get the first pick, trade back like 3 spots or something like that? Still get Aiden Hutchinson or Thibodeau or Hamilton. Oh, and get like 3 extra firsts because somebody wants a quarterback. Oh, yeah. Of course, DJ Johnny. That's what we do here at the After Hours Jets Fest. The whole show, DJ Johnny, is about you guys. That's what it is. I mean, I get on my rants, but this is a chat-driven show. Hey, you guys want to hear something cool? I just got sponsored, at least temporarily, by DraftKings. Isn't that interesting? DraftKings reached out to me. Isn't that nice? So we'll get to them. That's pretty nice. It's nice. I like that. So, all right, let's see. If there's a tie between us, who picks? You mean us and Seahawks, or I don't know. I'm not sure, Mumtaz. Are you talking about the Giants? Wouldn't that be crazy though? So look at this. Seattle, when we made the trade, Jamal Adams to the Seahawks, they made the trade because they thought he was going to elevate the weakest unit on their team, which was their defense. They thought he was going to be the missing piece, just like McCagnon did. They thought Jamal Adams is such an incredibly large personality. He plays so hard that he's going to elevate the team. What they didn't know, what we did, is Jamal Adams is a complete fraud. He doesn't elevate anyone. He talks about himself all day long. That's what he does. So they bought in and they thought, let's bring this guy over. The Jets suck. They're misusing one of the best safeties, a two-time All-Pro, all that stuff. Joe Douglas looked at it and said, this guy's value is never going to be as high as it is right now. Never. He's a two-time All-Pro. Let me dangle him. So he gets the offer, and they trade us two first round picks, and then our fourth moves to a third, and obviously Bradley McDougall. But what the general consensus is that the Seattle picks were essentially early seconds. They were going to be very late firsts, potentially the last first, because Seattle was a legitimate Super Bowl contender. We all know this. We thought it. Last year, when our pick was number 23, everyone thought it was an absolute coup. The fact that pick was all the way up there at 23 instead of 29, 30, 32, people say, oh my God, that's a windfall for the Jets. Now, the fact that we are legitimately talking about a top 10 pick, you couldn't have dreamt this any better. If they lost out, we would have literally like a top 7 pick, dude. That's incredible. It's incredible. So I think it's crazy. Mr. Recht is here. Let's see what Mr. Recht is saying. He says, we will win against the Jags. I hope Houston wins against the Jags. Jags should go with offensive line and with Neal. That could leave us with an edge guy. Because they have the edge guy. They might not go for him. Now, pairing Thibodeau with Josh Allen might be something they want to do. But I'm with you, man. They need to help out. Trevor Lawrence is everything to the Jaguars. Let me ask you this, and then we'll get into the mock. Would you guys right now, if Urban called over and said, hey, I'm not getting along with this kid. I'd like to take your quarterback. I'll trade you Trevor Lawrence for Zach Wilson straight up. I want to know in the chat, yes or no. Jeremy, yes or no? Here, I'll bring you on. So let me get this off. Hold on. All right, so that's our question before the mock. And we'll make this mock pretty simple. But so if Urban called, the Jaguars called and said straight up, T-Law for Zachy Poo, what do you say? Yes or no? Jeremy, I'll let you answer first. What's up, buddy? Yes or no to that one?
Man, that's rough. That's really rough. I'm going to say no.
Jet forever. Look, he says, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing?
I'm going to say no.
I'm just curious. No? Ooh, Jeremy's taste. Jeremy is stick now. See, now that's where Jeremy just showed his true colors. That's good. I like that. That's interesting. Okay. Jets Forever says, hell no. Laugh my ass off. That's funny. Joe Campione says in a second. Yes, from Nose Skills. I love your name, by the way, Nose Skills. I don't know if I've ever told you. Because it's a double entendre. You like that, Jeremy? Isn't that nice? No,
it's like misdirect.
Misdirect, right? Misdirect. Yeah, misdirect. That's right. I love it. That's right. I should have said that for him too. I didn't say that. I think I've said to misdirect more. That's a great one, misdirect. It's so good. So is No Skills. You guys are really crafty fellas, I gotta say. Larry Turkin says yes. Craig Safola, look at him. He says 100%. Gangrene, 10,000% yes. John, he says, how do you feel about bringing Gardner Minshew? I don't know. I would do it at this point. Zach's second year. The reason I didn't want it for a rookie year, I don't want any quarterback controversy. I don't want that. I don't want a guy nipping at his heels when he struggles. I don't want the team to start thinking, hey, we should probably play the other guy. I don't want that. And it almost happened with Mike White. I just don't want that for him. But next year, I'd do it. I'd do it. But anyway, Braden said, what's up, Braden? He says, no. Emanon, no. Justin Jets says, I'd trade Zach for Trevor instantly. I would walk down. I'd go, yes, hang up the phone, get Zach's stuff, put it in a bag and go, hey, do me a favor. Go pick up my wife in Jacksonville. And here's a flight. Here's a ticket. Go. Goodbye. John says, give me Trevor. Robbie Oak. I think, yeah, shit, yeah. If it was me. Yeah, I know, right? So scrolling up, it says yes. Grand Green ups it a little bit. Says 56,000% yes. Misdirect using dirty words again. That guy, he's a bastard. That one. He says yes. Derek Luker, I had the same thought earlier today. Is that right? Maybe did something happen? Why is that in my head, Derek? What is that? I wouldn't even answer that freak's phone call. Oh, that's good. That's a different angle. That's funny. The audacity. I know, right? Jets forever. Keith Herring says, I love those rants. That's good. Yeah. Not even thinking about it. Hell yes, from Steven Gillingham. Yes. So honestly, he says, no way. That's you, though. We can't count that twice. Christopher Merkovich says, no way. Zach can't complete a pass across my living room from Gangrene. Can't do it. I ride with Zach. That's Joe. Christopher Moran says Zach Wilson has better physical talent than Lawrence, but there's no way to judge them between the ears. Well, I think it's almost even. I think the yes is probably a little bit more. Actually, I wouldn't. Oh, John, he says I wouldn't. Trevor has a long motion, not as quick of a release. Yeah, the nose are. See, people are thinking. I think the initial burst was yes, and then people thought about it and go, you know what, man, I'm not done here with my guy.
When you think about it, it's interesting because if we would have went back to before the draft and you said, who do you want to pick? If we had the first pick, almost everybody would have said Trevor.
99%, right? There was the Justin Fields group. And then once we had the number 2 and everybody started doing that, like, what do you call that? What's that Aesop's fable when you don't like, not sour grapes, when you make the new choice, the better choice? What is that one? You remember that one, Jeremy? It's a fable. Maybe not. But so anyway, people started making Zach out to be better than Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean? Guys like yourself, right? So you said, "Oh, he's a hybrid of Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes." So people started doing that. But once that happened, then the Zach Wilson madness began. But before that, dude, when we had the number 1 pick, 99% of fans said Trevor Lawrence, and there was still a smattering of people that were like, "Dude, Justin Fields is going to be better than him." But that's it. There was no Trey Lance. There was no Zach Wilson. Not then. But Mr. Recht, I got the double entendre with your name. I said that to you a couple times. I'm surprised that you don't remember it. I think I made a big deal of it the first time I saw it on Ryan's show. I said, "Oh, that's great. Mr. Recht. Anyway, if you didn't know I knew, I'm sorry. I love your name. I think it's one of the best of them all. And this one right here, John. That's another good one.
That's a good one. GreenBean, when we beat the Rams, I looked at my wife. I did this. This is why I'm the chaos, right? I looked at my wife and I said, I'm punching the coffee table. She's like, "Why are you so mad?" And I said, "I just lost any chance of seeing the Jets win a Super Bowl in my lifetime."
And then 2 months later, the Jets are drafting the hybrid of Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. You see what we do? You see it? Do you know how mad I was? And look, it came down to Braden Mann made that tackle. Remember that? They were running it back for the touchdown to win.
Yeah.
And Braden Mann made that tackle. I could have cut Braden Mann right there. I was so mad.
Oh man.
And look, and you guys know, a lot of you guys know I was a big, not big, but I'm a Lamar Jackson supporter. Our Lamar Jackson. Hold on, my computer's gonna die. I'm in a panic mode over here. It's like your computer's gonna shut off in 10, 9, 8. Okay, here we go.
That's why I'm here.
I made it. Yeah, so I support our guy Lamar Jackson. I've always said he's a work in progress, and I liked seeing him get some playing time. But when he got thrown out there against Ruggs in the zero blitz and he got burned and the whole thing, I was so happy that the Raiders won in the last second. But there was a little voice inside of me like, why him? Why did it have to be him? I can see, I'm telling you, that's the kind of thing that destroys fringe players' careers. Like that, it's that moment. They never get past it. And look, we haven't heard anything really from him. He played well in the preseason. He had some nice plays. He got burned. He made an interception. So he looked okay. And he's still on the practice squad. So I'm happy for that. But that's the kind of thing guys rarely come back from, man. And anyway, I was so happy. And then the next week we beat the damn Rams.
Yes,
jerks. Who else did we beat last year? Didn't we beat somebody else? Who was it?
Yeah, we ended up winning another game too. Who was it? Shoot.
Who did we beat? It wasn't damn Bills or Pats. I'll tell you that.
No.
Mick Rousseau says, I'd stick with my boy Zachy Poo. Here it is. Right.
Zachy.
Cleveland. Mr. Marcus 520. Cleveland. Is that who we beat? Really?
Remember, everybody was hurt. They had no wide receivers because of COVID. Everybody was out.
That's right. They did. Yeah, their coaches weren't there. All kinds of shit. That's right. I drive Zach to the airport and wait for Lawrence's flight to land and be his Uber driver. There you go. Now let me answer it too, and then and I see that there's some more people checking in, but I'll tell you what I would do. I would do it. I think I would say, yeah, sure. Why not? Send me I say this. I'd also trade Mims for Laviska Shenault because my coaches don't know how to use Mims. Give me Shenault. Shenault was my favorite receiver in the whole draft last year. People didn't get it. Everybody laughed at me. No, I tell you, people think I'm stupid, Jeremy. That's what they do. And I am. So there's that. But, people to think I don't know anything. I watch so much tape. You would think this is my job. Like I watch so much game tape. Look at Devin. Do the mock. Shut the fuck up. Hey, Devin.
We're getting valuable minutes right now, Devin.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't need the minutes anymore. But
you think that's true. You think do you think they just went outright and told you who shot JR? No, you have to wait. You have to watch all the fill-in first before you get to that.
Yeah. Yeah, right. We're leading up to it. He's just staring at the mock screen like, what is this? I hate it. I didn't say we were gonna do a mock today. This is impromptu, man.
Did you get the email?
I look. I might not do it because I do believe in Zach. I think Trevor Lawrence is such an incredible talent, man. Like, and he's looked really good. I mean, he hasn't in November. He looked like hell, but before that, I watched like 3 or maybe 2.5 Jaguars games, and I'm telling you, I was surprised that they lost. I was like, wow, man, if we could do this, you know what I mean? Like, he looked really good at times. He makes stupid mistakes, throws a lot of picks, but that's that Peyton Manning thing,
Yeah, my brain would be okay with it. I think it's my heart and my emotions that would be not okay with it. But I'd understand. Right. I'd understand it.
Yeah. That would be crazy if we did that. Oh my God. I think Zach probably has the greater love for the game and the stronger work ethic though. That's what I think. I think Zach is going to be fine, guys. I really do. All right, so let me just see mocks in December. We are such losers. Nah, you know what, John? Whatever. You know what I mean? Like we can only eat the plate that's in front of us. You can choose not to eat it if you want to grumble about what you don't have. You know what I mean? Somebody serves you Brussels sprouts and tilapia, and you really wanted pizza. I am hungry. You know what I mean? I gotta eat. You gotta eat the freaking fish.
Well, he put
I
the
hate
LOL.
fish.
He put the LOL in there.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm playing with him. Yeah, salty nuts is good stuff. Stay with Zach, he says. Oh, you're paying out. Okay, so let's get a draft going. So we'll do this. I'm gonna refresh this because I don't know. Let me just see what it was gonna do real quick. I'm gonna watch this real quick and then we'll refresh it and start fresh. Okay. I just want to see what happens. Boom, 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 boom. Aiden Hutchinson, Kevin Thibodeau, Kyle. Oh, that's my 3 guys, dude. And then we had an offer. We get 104, a second, and a third. So I already said what we were going to do. But anyway, I wouldn't take that trade anyway, I don't think. But I'll give it to you. All right, so I'm going to refresh this, and we're going to start fresh. I just want to make sure I have all the settings right. I don't remember what I did. So, all right, we're going to pick the Jets. We're going to do 7 rounds, and we'll keep it normal speed so we can chat. And let me just get this stuff off here. Hold on. Click here to dig the thing. There they go. Oh, they took Evan Neal. So, all right. So we have 3 trade offers. Let me get this off here. Let me get the comment off. And okay, guys. So here we go. Now, if you don't remember how we do the mocks, but since we are losing, but since you're asking, I think I'll stay around for the mock. That's funny. That's funny, Daryl. All right. So here's how we do this. I predominantly vote with the chat. Okay. Like I have a vote, Jeremy has a vote, and we're going to look at the chat, but I'm not going to wait a half hour for each pick. I'm going to take a quick scan, see where it goes, and we're going to get through it. Okay. So in the event you want to make you want your opinion to be heard, chime in quickly. Okay. Like just yes, no, trade, don't, or whatever it is. Don't give, like if I say, hey, which player do you want out of Evan Neal and Devin Lloyd? And then you write in, Nakobe Dean. Like it doesn't, and then you got like here we go. It's starting already. Linderbaum. Yeah. There he goes.
Linderbaum is around at 15, 16. Why would you take him now?
I got Linderbaum at 39 last night. I was doing a little mock before bed. 39, I got Linderbaum.
Yeah, if you wanted Linderbaum, you take this trade. If you wanted Linderbaum.
All right, so there are the rules. Number 1, we look. Thibodeau, Hutchinson, and Evan Neal are gone, which leaves us with the potential of Hamilton. One of the top 3 players in the draft are still there, but we have trades to consider. So we'll go through the trades, and then you guys tell me if you want one of them. The Steelers are offering pick 15. So we slide back 11 spots. They'll give us their 2nd round pick and a 2nd and 3rd next year. The Vikings are offering us pick 12, which is 8 picks back. They'll give us their 2nd and 3rd this year. The Raiders are offering pick 14 and their 2nd and 2nd next year. So, Jeremy, what do you think? Are you into any of those trades?
My rule for that pick is if there's no first rounds 23, I'm not even considering it. Not with that pick. I'm looking at the 7th pick, maybe. There's a couple I emailed you. There was a situation where I traded this pick, but when you get my email, you'll see why. Like you'll see the haul for next year. So I'm saying no because there's no 23 first round pick.
Okay, so Jeremy's saying no. So, guys, here's the first question. Okay, everybody's getting nuts. Here's the first question. Do we accept any trade? So say yes or no, and which trade you would take. Okay, so we have the Steelers, the Vikings, and the Raiders. I'll go through them again for you just so you can see. The Steelers are offering us pick 15, 47, and next year's 2nd and 3rd. That's the richest one. The Vikings are offering us 12, 43, and 74. That's a second and third round pick. The Raiders are offering us 14, 46, and next year's second. So, yes or no, and which one if yes? And I'm going to real quick count. Jeremy, if you don't mind helping me count, you're a math guy.
Okay. It's definitely the nose so far, but some people want some people want the Vikings deal, but
I see 2 Vikings or 3 Vikings. Make sure it's not the same person. That happens all the time, too.
Right. But every time every time I see a Vikings, I see 3 no trades. You know?
Watch this. This is from last year. I'm going to put this up. It's already pre-made. Vote once, please. It gets muddy as hell trying to count this stuff.
There's a lot of no's. And my boy Harry W says no. So
okay, so no trades. So we're not taking any of these trades. Honest to God, I wouldn't take any of these trades anyway. I wouldn't either. So okay, now that leaves us. Let's take a look at the board. All right. The board looks like this. Can you see it, Jeremy? You got it?
Oh yeah, I see it because I'm looking at my big screen so I can see it. It's hard when it's like minimized.
Yeah,
I think it's really between 2 guys. To be honest.
Well, so we have Kyle Hamilton, Karlaftis. These are our needs. Some people are going to want a cornerback. Stingley has dropped like a stone these last few weeks. He was up here in the top 5. Now he's down there at, where is he? Number 14.
Look at Andrew Booth. He came out of nowhere last week.
Yeah. And then this is just there. I mean, like when I look over at a lot of other big boards and stuff, it's not this way. You know what I mean? This is just theirs. We have to go with what they're doing. But so guys, give me your pick. We've already said we're not taking the trade. So give me your pick. It's probably going to be between Hamilton and Karlaftis and Kenyon Green. Let's say that. Okay. Let's count this up. Oh, I see a Stingley. Hold on. Hell no. Yes. Okay. Hamilton, but I am Pump of Wall Street says he's Notre Dame bias. I get it. Okay. Hamilton, are you counting?
Yeah. Let me see. Wow, it's really split. It is so.
It really is. It really is. Mike Koss says Kenyon Green.
I just want to say
for Green.
I want to say there's no chance Karlaftis slips. The Giants take him every time if you don't take him.
Yeah, Karlaftis and Hamilton are gone before 7. Yeah. This is we have to make a choice here. Now, let me just add this to the mix.
Trade back.
We might need edge more, but Hamilton is probably the higher upside player. He's the better of his position. So that's I hear you, Chris. We already decided not to trade back. More votes said no. The trades weren't all that fantastic.
John's telling you to use the poll, to take a poll. Did you ever try that?
What poll? Where the hell do you see a poll?
You could poll the chat. There's a way to do it. I don't know how, but
yeah, I don't know how to do it. I've never seen it.
What's his face? A friend of mine does it all the time. But like, there's other guys. There are other edges later on. There are other edges. I don't know. You'd have to. I think it's probably not the best time for you to try to figure it out, right?
I'll figure it out right now, dude. Where is it? I don't see it.
How do you do it, John?
To tell me, I'll do it right now. Make a poll. Jay Cole's jumping in here. Make a poll. How do I do it?
You make a poll? I assume the people that
I'm in
make
the setting. I'm looking at the settings right now. I see nothing about a poll. So it's not in banners. Let me see this. Hold on. I'll go down to the bottom here. Add background, that's the video clips.
Look at your chat. He's saying no, it's on YouTube chat. He's saying it's on YouTube chat.
So he can't do it. There you go. So okay, so it looks to me like Jets Blues got it. We're gonna take the kicker. And all right, so Chrono Kenny is saying that Karlaftis has the best chance of being there at 7. I actually agree. Now, you guys know I lean Hamilton in this case, and we can get Ojabo or Ojabo at 7. He's going to be great. He's going to be a very, very good pass rusher in this league. So we can do that. Dude, Brian, take it easy, friend. Take it easy. Jesus Christmas. There's 120 people in here. There's 120 people I'm trying to listen to. If you don't have a little bit of patience, man, it's 10:40 at night. Go to bed. What are you doing up so angry at this time?
How does he watch the real draft?
I know, dude. It's fucking 3 days long for 7 rounds.
I say Hamilton because first of all, I know that's what you want, and second of all, if there's, I think there are edges we can get later on. I do.
All right, I'm just counting. Honestly, I think there's more Hamiltons. I do, legitimately. So that's what we're gonna do. Make Brian happy. Here you go, Brian. Big Bri getting his pick. He's gonna go. You know what he's gonna say next? No, not him. Let me see. All right, I'm going to make a pick right now for you. So we're going to grab Kyle Hamilton. What an interesting turn of events. All right, here we go. Let's see if Karlaftis makes it. Boom, boom. Andrew Booth, George Karlaftis. There he goes. Damn it. All right. So this is an interesting trade. This is an interesting trade, guys.
This is where it
so
gets
we got the best safety in 20 years. Okay, guys, we're doing great. So we have 2 trade offers. The first one is with the Falcons. We drop down 2 spots and we gain a second next year. That's an interesting trade. Don't forget, we can counter and ask for a 6th or something like that in addition to this. Oh, we have 4 trade offers.
Great trade offer right there, though, to start.
Yeah, that's a good one. Unless you really want someone right here that they're going to take. Pittsburgh is back. Look at this. They're offering more for this than they did the first one. So they're offering a 1st and 3rd to slide down 8 spots. That is an intriguing offer.
We can still, there's plenty of guys to grab though.
Plenty of guys. The Bills want to come in on principle alone. I'm inclined to say no, but I don't like, this is too far back for me. Pick 20 in my opinion. I don't want to lose top, like that top bunch of players. But they're offering a 2nd and 2 seconds and a 7th.
No first,
23.
No deal.
They're offering, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 2nd, and a 3rd. But that's far, man. So, chat, here's the question, and I see Abstriku. I'll get to that while you guys are while you guys are voting. So, yes or no to the trades, and if yes, which trade? I'll show you one more time. You got the Chargers to pick 23. You got the Bills to pick 20. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're offering a 1st and 3rd. That's crazy town. And then you have just a little drop and you gain a 2nd. So what are you guys thinking? I think it's between Atlanta and Pittsburgh. I'm going to get to Abstriku here while you're voting. Jeremy, what do you think?
I really like that Pittsburgh one. I don't even hate the Chargers one because to me, you still got Dean or Lloyd at linebacker, possibly. If you go that way, they give you some picks now. They give you a couple of picks next year. You got Saucy Gardner that you can grab. There's guys in the 20s that are still really good impact guys that meet our needs. This pick, the only problem is this pick is tempting if we knew there was going to be another offer again once we get that 9th pick. That's a similar offer because if you take the first trade with Atlanta and then there's no other offer, we blew it. If you take the trade with Atlanta and we get a couple of offers and then we trade down to 20, we end up getting even more. But I love the Pittsburgh one.
But I think, it all depends. Look, if you're looking at these players, so look who's here. Kenyon Green is a need. He's a right guard. Okay. Then you have a wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, or Olave for that matter. You got a couple wide receivers. Derek Stingley's still there. So the guys who wanted Stingley and Linderbaum up top, look, they're both still here. You have Jamison Williams. You got 3 wide receivers that are worth taking. But here's where it gets interesting. You have Ojabu, who is the counterpart to Hutchinson. So he's a very, very strong candidate to be a dominant pass rusher in the NFL. He's not quite as aggressive as Hutchinson, but I like him a whole bunch. Admittedly, I haven't done my deep dive, but I did watch some because I usually don't like when guys they benefit from a truly great player. So I'm always interested in those guys. But Ojabo looks legit by himself. Then you have the linebackers. So you have Devin Lloyd and Nakobe Dean sitting here as well. So we could drop back into this range and get one of those guys. But I'm really leaning toward edge up here. And I would like to grab Ojabo, and I'd like to take the Atlanta trade for that reason. Just grab an extra second and still get my guy. That's what I'm thinking. But let me talk to Straiku real quick. I want to say, yeah, man, I'm sorry it took me so long to get back to you. When you guys send me stuff on Facebook, I can't get to all the mediums, and I'm sorry. It's been like 2 months, month and a half since I got back. So I'm sorry it took me so long. Straiku, if you guys remember, has a connection to Robert Saleh's family, and he can get us an interview with somebody who knows Saleh very intimately. So, yeah, man, just keep in touch with me via email, and I appreciate even the consideration. If it doesn't work out, I still appreciate it, man. And again, please accept my apology for taking so long. Okay. And thanks for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate it. So let's see where we are. Are you counting up for me? Are you trying to?
Yeah, well, people are all over the place. It's we're gonna have to break it. We're gonna have to narrow it down to a choice. I think people like Steelers,
but I'm seeing I'm seeing more yeses than nos. Okay. So, and I think everyone is saying that I'm seeing Steelers, 1 Atlanta, 2 Atlanta.
People really like the Pittsburgh.
Steelers got it, dude.
Yeah.
Steelers trade has it. So that's what we're going to do. The Steelers trade has it by far.
It's definitely a good trade.
Like I said, I would take the Atlanta trade because it's a free second and I'm still going to get my player. But I get it. Let's have some fun, man. This doesn't mean shit. So let's just do it. Let's have some fun. So I'm also going to counter the Steelers too. Let's see if we can get something else.
Oh, well, now it's gone once you counter.
It's
gone if they don't take it.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
What happened to me?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Well, you don't know how to do this. So let's add a 6th. I'm going to add a 6th.
That's for our kicker. That's York.
Look.
That's for York.
See? That's right. But look, they said no. So I'm going to try to get their 7th, okay, next year. Let's see if we can get a 7th.
Right. That
gets us. Dude, are you kidding me? We're offering you first. It does. All right. So we're going to go ahead and accept the Steelers trade. Here we go. We're going back to 15. Let's see who they wanted. Oh, they wanted a wide receiver. That's so funny. Here goes a quarterback. There goes Stingley, Olave. Oh, my God, dude. Our guys are still there.
I know.
So here we go, guys. Let's just see who they took real quick. So since then, we lost a defensive tackle, an offensive tackle who I've seen mocked to us. Elam, a cornerback. We saw the first quarterback, I believe, come off the board at 11. Derek Stingley, a lot of guys like him. Chris Olave and Kenyon Green. So most of the defensive guys that we were talking about are still there, fellas. So this was a good trade. We gained a 1st and a 3rd for next year. So we have 2 more trades to consider. Let's take a look. So Cleveland wants in. They want us to drop back 3 spots for them to move up. They want to offer us a 19 pick jump in the 2nd round. Ooh, wow. Okay, so the Titans want to get in. They want us to go back to 29 and give them 157 for pick 93. This is a terrible trade.
Terrible.
Yeah, it is. I don't like it one bit.
Screw that.
So let me know, guys. So me and you say no. What's the chat saying?
Hang up.
No deal. No.
Hang up. No way.
No Cleveland. That's not enough. Right. Hang up. Well, right. Look at Nick.
The Cleveland depends. If you want a Jobo at edge, a Jabo, whatever, then you can't do it because you got to assume you're going to lose him. If you don't care about him and you want Devin Lloyd or Dean at linebacker, you do that trade.
Or the way that you look at it is, like the way that they would do it is they would have their board, they would have tiers. So if you have 3 guys in a tier and you're moving back 2 spots and you know you're going to get one of those guys. So we're going back 3 spots. So chances are, if we had a Jabo, Dean, and Lloyd, for example, we could take it because we're going to jump up and we're still going to get the guy that we want if they're all equal on our board. So
if they're equal on our board.
So they're saying no, though. But everybody's saying no to the trade. So now we got to pick some players. So here we go. We're gonna narrow this down. Okay. Between Tyler Linderbaum, because everybody, I know you have to include him because everybody's going to get nuts. It's going to be 3 guys. That's it. Tyler Linderbaum, Ojabo, and Devin Lloyd. Those are our 3 choices that I want the chat to pick. Those are all positions of need, kind of, with Linderbaum. But there you go. So let's get in there. I'm starting with right here at Darryl Bryant. Okay. He says Dean or Ojabo or Lloyd. So that's tough, buddy. You got to pick one guy. Kenobi Clone says Linderbaum. So we got 2 Linderbaums.
The Linderbaums.
D Santana says Trevor Lawrence. It doesn't matter. We got 3.
I know he's a beast.
2 Ojabos.
He'd
be great. Listen, man, let's be real here. We just gained an extra first, an extra third, got Kyle Hamilton. If we get the best center in the draft, that's not a bad deal. Now, I would lean defense. My pick is Ojabo here. Or it's actually Ojabo, I believe.
I just think there's guys in the 3rd and 4th round, even centers, that look like they're going to be good. It's not a high need right now. I mean, I know people don't think it, but McGovern, if you look, is not ranked low among centers in the NFL.
He's actually very good. But I get it. But I'm seeing some Ojabos, Linderbaum. Linderbaum's crushing it right now.
All right, he wins.
Ojabo's coming in 2nd. Hold on, I'm counting.
Can Linder play guard?
Linderbaum. It's not even a contest anymore. So we're going to go ahead and take Tyler Linderbaum against our better judgment over here.
He's not on the last.
It's a good pick.
Yeah, people are saying he's on the last year of his deal. He's not. McGovern is next year would be $10 million, but we would have him for another year, and we have tons of picks to get a center. But okay, fine, we're going to go with Linderbaum. Relax.
Hey, don't get pissy, Jeremy. Don't get pissy. You got outvoted. You don't have to be a crybaby about it.
Can he play guard?
I'm sure he can. All centers can play guard, buddy.
So we could use
99 out of 100. We can do anything we want. We can put him at quarterback if we want. All right, guys, here he comes. You wanted him. We got him. Tyler Linderbaum, the center from Iowa. Now, look, here goes our guys. Devin Lloyd, Drake London. Imagine Ojabo makes it. He doesn't. Okay, so there's that. Oh, there's Dean. There goes Sauce Gardner.
What'd you think? What'd you think?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Petit Frere. Yeah, that's a tackle I like. Okay, guys, so
there goes Saucy.
Let's take real quick. Let's see what we got here. So this is what we're looking at, my friends. We have 2 of the next 3 picks. So this is one of those areas where you want to at least consider trades because you're more than likely going to get a guy that you want in this pocket. Now, if you want 2, then you just stay. Okay, but let's take a look at the trades. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks left. Okay. Just wanted to give us that update. So we have 2 trade offers. The Bucks would like us to slide back to 62 and give 146. They want us to go to 94. They'll give us 94 and a second next year. I don't like it. Ooh, this is interesting. The Miami Dolphins want us to slide back 5 spots and give pick 157 for a 3rd next year. So what do you guys think in the chat? Tell the Bucks to kick rocks, Mikey says. So what do you think? F the Fins, no, pass, no trade with Miami. Brandon Smith, that's a good one, Mike. I like Brandon Smith as well. Okay, so we're gonna say wait real quick. It's long snapper time. This is the round for a long snapper.
The 157 is a deal killer. Believe it or not, it's a deal killer to me. Even if
absolutely, man,
it's a deal killer,
dude. Joe Douglas knows how to use his late round picks too. This is not Mike McCagnon. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's get that off the board. So let's look at what we're seeing here. So here's what we got. Here's their board. Here's my favorite running back in the draft right here. I'm going to pick him. I'm just kidding. That's my favorite. Now, here's a safety. I have an article coming out on GreenBeanjetsfan.com that breaks down some of the safeties, and this is one of them. I'll let you guys read that. But so let's take a look at the edge rushers that are here. We got out of the first without one of the premium edge rushers. Even Enigbear is gone.
Yeah.
So here's what we're looking at. You got Sam Williams, Drake Jackson, Nick Bonito, Zach Harrison. We are definitely in the next tier of edge rushers. We might have made a mistake, in my opinion.
Well,
but don't
Gitmo Bob said it. He said it right away. He goes, that was a stupid pick.
It's okay. Hey, man, this is majority rules. All right, so let's do this. We're going to need an edge rusher. Let's look at this again. Hold on. I'm sorry.
There's Trey McBride.
All right, so guys, what's our next need? What do you guys want? Do you want a cornerback? Do you want a tight end? Do you want an edge rusher or a linebacker? In my opinion, the linebackers they're going to start going. So like Drake Jackson, obviously Brandon Smith, that's an edge, but Christian Harris, these guys are going to start going. Jordan Battle, but we already got a safety. So this is the end of the top tier of the linebackers as well. And we need one, man. We really do. We broke up the first round with defense and offense. It is my opinion that defense should be next. This is a defense strong draft up top. And in my opinion, we should grab a linebacker. I would take Brandon Smith. So what does the chat think about position? Which position do we want? You got needs at tight end. We have needs at edge rusher. We have needs at linebacker. We still have a right guard need, kind of. You can put McGovern over there. And we still need wide receiver, and we probably should come out of this draft with a running back as well. So what are we seeing, Jeremy?
You're definitely going to get, if you want the tight end, you're definitely getting it with the next pick. The linebackers, you might lose your choice. You're definitely getting either Watermeyer or Likely with the next pick.
That's if you want him.
If you want it.
Yeah, that's right. But that's a good point. Jeremy's making a good point. The linebackers are going to go.
Mark that on the calendar. Jeremy makes a good point. December 14th.
Makes so. All right, so let's look. I'm seeing Darryl Bryant says offensive line, but I'm seeing a lot more linebacker than anything else. I think there's a couple tight ends, a couple cornerbacks. John Amarillo, what's up, John? He says defensive end. I know we're going to keep pushing this edge rusher thing down the line, and we're not going to be happy about it later. I think linebackers got it. There's a couple edge. That's what I'm saying. Strickland makes a good point, and I totally agree with this. Some of my favorite tight ends are going to be there in the third and beyond. So I'm going to kick tight end down a little bit.
Okay.
If it's me. Kolar, that's right, Stud City. That's my boy. I like the other Iowa tight end too, Laporta.
Laporta's always there too late too. Yep.
I think linebackers got it. So, okay, so it's tight. The cornerbacks are catching up, but linebackers got it. So we're going to look at the linebackers. Here are our choices, guys. Brandon Smith and Christian Harris. Oh, I also like Chad Muma, but he can get him later. This is where we are. You see how they're rated 45 and 47, and we're at 36. This is right where we want to be. Okay. So we could push it to 39, but let's just grab our linebacker. Chat has it. So which one? Brandon Smith out of Penn State or Christian Harris out of Alabama? Which one? Pick one of those two guys.
I got one up, 2-1 Smith.
2-1 Smith. Did you get Gangrene Smith up here?
Smith, yeah. Okay, so it's 4-1 Smith. 4-2.
What's up, Momo? We see you, buddy. Momo Adamo. Yeah, Mike Kaz was saying Brandon Smith before we even whittled it down. So we're getting close to your boy here.
Smith is winning. I see a 2-2, but that's digging too far down.
Yeah. Stud City says Penn State all day. You know what they call Penn State, right?
The linebacker factory.
Linebacker U. That's right.
Oh, I didn't know the real name, but it's even well, if Gitmo is behind it, he's gonna shoot himself if we don't do something right. So we better take Smith.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like Brandon Smith has it. This is a good pick, guys. Let's go ahead and choose Brandon Smith and then see how 39 falls. Here he goes. So there goes Trent McDuffie. There goes Isaiah Likely. We got a trade offer. This is interesting, but we lose 157. So we slide back 4 picks. We gain next year's third. Now, remember, we already gained a third, so this would be 2 thirds that we picked up, but we're losing 157. Just to remind everybody of what that looks like. 157 is our final pick. Jeremy's early lobbying for that to be a kicker. We'll see how it goes. But
I actually prefer somebody to throw in like a 200 something pick also.
Right. And we can do that. We can counter and do that. So this is what the Vikings are offering right here. Now we have another one, which is the Falcons. They want us to go back 6 picks, and both of them want 157, and we get next year's third. Now, just for example, we could look at this. We could take away this third, and we could move it over here. We could do something like that. And try. We could do this.
Add their 7.
You know what I mean? Right. We could do this, add their 7. We could do stuff like that. So what do you guys think? Yes or no to either trade? If yes is the answer, tell us which trade you would like. Okay, that's how this goes.
Got 2 no's and a yes. Tony G says yes, but he didn't say which one. Take the deal, Tony G is saying, but I think he means the second one. No, okay. No to both. Make counters. No, hell no.
Well, we're going to counter either. Like no matter which one if we were to choose a trade, we're always going to counter. I want you guys to know that. We'll try to squeeze the lemon. I promise.
We're definitely getting for both asked for this year's third. There's more no's.
J. Cole.
There's more no's.
J. Cole talking about. There's more no's, right?
There's more no's, but there's a bunch of people that say make a counter. I think they might be yes if you created a different scenario and said yes or no to this counter kind of thing. So, like, in other words,
it looks like
a counter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised to see so many no's, man. Unless you have a player that you're in love with right here. I'm surprised. These are interesting trades, and we can play with them. Yeah, I'll show you the big board, Robbie. Hold on just a sec. All right, here's the big board. Here's what we're looking at. You want to get a quarterback and say to hell with this thing and start over? What do you guys want? This is my favorite running back in the draft right here, Isaiah Spiller. I don't believe that we'll grab him, but it just is. So we have Drake Jackson, the edge from USC. I actually like him. Don't know all that much about him, but I like him.
You could hit the notes thing. Is there notes on him?
Yeah. You want to see Drake Jackson? Okay. There we go. Is that big, Jeremy? Can you see it?
Now it is. 2 words immediately spring to mind. Athletic and versatile.
Equally adept at playing with his hand in the dirt and standing up. That's what you like to see.
No reason to believe that he couldn't play either position in the NFL. The versatility is a valuable commodity.
So those are the notes on Drake Jackson. So look, at some point we got to grab an edge.
Yeah.
And I think it's silly.
He's the last in the top 50, I think.
Yeah. So let's do this. Pick between number one, we got to figure out this trade thing. Does anybody want to trade?
There was much more no's on the trade.
There was.
Yeah.
Here's the trades again. Like, so just so you know, Jeremy, when I'm messing around with this board,
yeah,
I can't see the chat, like, because I have to go over here. So,
okay.
Here's the trades. You can slide back 4 picks and gain a third. And again, we'll counter. And then we can slide back to 45 and gain a third. So it all depends on what you guys want. So the answer is no still?
Well, if we do the Minnesota one, we probably still get Drake Jackson, and we end up picking up a third for next year. I would counter without the 157. I would
what is
counter
the
with
chat
Algebra,
saying though?
you know, they're saying we need to counter. Drake doesn't seem like he's elite at either spot. Have been burned by
No
secondary
trade.
enough by now. Zuniga, Polite, etc. A lot of people are against edges in these later in the second round, I guess.
I mean, this isn't a late round. I mean, it feels late
okay.
because
I know.
This is only a second round pick.
Jeff
This
Forever
is good stuff.
Cornerback. It's saying Drake Jackson can't play the run. Jets Forever saying he's a situational player. We need 3 down players. Harry likes the Minnesota trade. Jets Forever. Cameron Thomas after this pick. Yes, Minnesota, but no 157. That's how I feel. I feel like we take away the 157, or we add like a 200 something, like we add their 7th. Like we need that pick for the kicker.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know.
So here's Zach Harrison. This is the Ohio State edge rusher. See, at defensive end, there's physical skill set, meshes best. Harrison is excellent straight line explosiveness. So I'll let you guys read this real quick. And then we're going to make a choice between edge. So we're going to say no to the trades, it looks like, right? Is that what I'm getting, Jeremy? Or you want to tinker with? Not you, but what is the chat saying?
The chat was mostly before no's, without question. Okay. So
all right. So we'll say no to the trades via the chat's wishes. And then we will look at we're going to pick between edge and cornerback right now. Those are the 2 positions that we're going to choose from. Okay. So what say you? We moved past
edge
the trades.
Cornerback. I got 1 for cornerback. Somebody said
the
change
best
my
rated
mind.
Players. Here's the big board, guys. But I'm gonna do this just defense, okay? So you can see the cornerbacks and edge. So we got Drake Jackson, Christian Harris is still there. We could double up at linebacker too, but I don't think we're gonna do that.
Somebody's asking if Trey McBride is still available.
I think I saw him come.
I think he is. Just for everything he knows talent. Robert, cornerback edge. It's really split with cornerback and edge. And people saying take Harrison. Edge. Gang Green is still mad about not taking Ajabo.
I know. It's okay, Gang Green. We're gonna do probably 400 more of these. So this is just having some fun tonight. Let's not get all upset yet.
It is very split with edge and cornerback. I'm not going to lie. This should be McCrary. Someone's saying edge, Ajabo. Ajabo's gone. Cornerback. Giraffe Williams from Alabama, WR1. Keith Herring, I wanted Ajabo. Okay, but we're trying to determine between.
I know. I know, Keith. I wanted him too. Just to be clear, that was my vote as well. This is a democracy. That's what we're doing. This is what happens.
Right.
I wouldn't have picked Linderbaum.
We could have gotten.
I wouldn't. But he's a great player. We got a great player.
We got a great player. There's no question about that. No one will care if he's an all-pro center for years to come. It's great.
Right.
Draft capital battle. Someone's saying it's for safety. Is he still there? We already took a safety, didn't we? Or no? So it doesn't make sense. Eden Hutchinson, Ajabo. Those guys are gone, dudes. What the hell? You joined us late.
So Edge has it, right? Edge has it.
Edge has it by a tiny bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's our choices. Edge has it. I mean, guys, if you want to just muck up the chat, that's kind of silly. I hope you don't choose to do that. Let's try to stay with each other and do this, So here's our choices. We got Drake Jackson, who we looked at. We also looked at Zach Harrison from Ohio State. We have Sam Williams, Nick Bonito, and Ebikati.
Look, if you're going to take anyone but Drake, you have to take one of the trades because there's no reason not to. Because they're going to be there anyway. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, or Sam Williams too. Both of these guys could go right here.
Right.
So if it's Drake Jackson, then we're good. We'll take the pick. If it's going to be Zach Harrison or any of these guys, well, look, you don't want to play it like that. Like we know the sim, so we know what's going to happen because of the way they rate things and all that. But we should just pick the players that we want because then it's a little closer to being real. You know what I mean? You never know who's going to go. In the sim, we have an idea of who's going to go where. So that's kind of a little cheat that we have. You know.
Yeah,
So
'cause
what
it's
are
not
they
like
picking
hyper,
over here?
right? Well, I'm Jax. I see a Jackson right off the bat. There's some people still staying corner. So trade and get a late pick for a kicker. Come on,
Guys, I just want to
we're in
tell you. No, but
circles
listen.
here. We're in circles here.
I know. But let me
Guys,
just say this. Wait,
yeah.
hold on. Guys, we trim it down. Once we trim it down, like I just count votes. That's all we're doing. Once we get down to like we've trimmed it down to edge, stop voting for cornerback. I'm not even looking at them. Yeah, I want you to know that. Like it's not even being considered. The time to vote is when we vote. So we vote on the trade. We say no. Don't keep talking about the trade. It's over. We said cornerback or edge. The edges have it. Let's stop talking about cornerbacks. We'll get cornerback with the next one if we can.
So it's between.
Okay? It's just simple. We'll just get through this. We're just looking at a draft. That's all. Remember, this is just a mock. It's all it is.
It's definitely Jackson if you're going edge.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So Gangrene just wants to see Sam Williams real quick. Now, that's a good request. I'm going to show you guys Sam Williams. He's from Mississippi. Here you go. Sam Williams. We've seen in recent years how athleticism can be a catalyzing force for a player's ascension. For players with athleticism, the question isn't about what their ceiling is, but whether they're capable of reaching it. Williams, at the very least, has this high ceiling to ponder. At Ole Miss's elite camp several years ago, Williams reportedly logged a 4.440 and a 40-inch vertical. Since then, he's tacked on 15 pounds and now stands at 6'4", 265. Williams checks almost every athletic box. But as we know, athletes and football players are two different things. Can Williams be a productive football player at the next level? Let's take a look. So it doesn't sound that great. Beyond, it sounds like this is a third, fourth round pick. That's what you want to do there.
Yeah.
So is it Drake Jackson?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
that's what the chat. I mean, for the people who voted and fought and did it the way we want them to, it's Jackson.
Yeah. So to the guys asking about a poll, I want to just tell you, I'm not using YouTube. Even though we're on YouTube, I'm not using YouTube as my platform. I'm using a live streaming platform called StreamYard. It has a lot of other aspects to it that make these things easier to run, where YouTube has some positives as well, but I can't do a lot of the things that we do through YouTube. So we just use this platform. It makes it easy.
So GreenBean,
unfortunately, no poll.
Not that you want to do it, but I think John, the postman, was saying you can open up another window, go into your YouTube account and do it through YouTube possibly.
Yeah, thanks, John. I have no interest in doing that, buddy.
But figuring out that now is crazy.
Well, no, it's just like you got to remember, like with the internet that we had another stream blow up on us earlier over at Jets Talk 24/7. We seem to be rolling pretty smoothly. I don't want to add all kinds of stuff. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? I'm not on a landline here. So it's the more stuff I add, the more likely it is that the stream will collapse, Mr. Postman. I appreciate it, of course, but I'm not going to be able to pull that off tonight. So Drake Jackson?
It's definitely Jackson. That's what they're coming in at right now. So
all right, here we go. Drake Jackson. Boof. That was a long one. There goes Spiller. There goes Scene. There goes Malik Willis. There goes Sam Williams. All right. There goes Breece Hall. A lot of people like Breece Hall only if for nothing else, because we already have Bryce Hall, and we should draft him just on that, right? I think so.
There goes David Bell, wide receiver. I like him.
All right. This is going to get interesting now because now we can get into some other positions. So look, we took care of an edge. We got a really top tier linebacker. We got the best safety in the class. We got the best center in the class. So we could start thinking about some offense. We could think about a cornerback. But first, we have a trade to consider. Now, just to remind us where we are, we have pick 68. The next pick we have is pick 109. Now, at that time, we have two picks right next to each other, but it's going to be a while before we pick again. So let's take a look at the big board real fast. Here's where we are.
It's a bullshit trade offer.
You don't like it? I didn't even really consider.
They want a 157 now for a third later. I mean, But look at the jump they want us to make now. I mean, it just doesn't. I
Yeah.
don't know if the value's there.
Now, I just want to talk to people for our future mocks. Now, when we took Linderbaum up top, it's not saying Linderbaum isn't better than these guys, but these guys that you're going to see here are absolutely NFL quality centers. Now, you have Jarrett Patterson right here. He's rated at 71. After him, you have Lindstrom. Both of these guys are going to be starters in the NFL, barring some weird injury thing or something like that. So we could have gotten our edge rusher or whatever up top and still got our center here. And these are the things that we like to consider when mocking. You know, obviously we have no control over anything anyway. But as far as what we're trying to do to have this fun and be as realistic as we can in the positions that we're in, we like to try to consider what's going to be there later, which positions are trimming down faster than others. And centers, we haven't even seen the second center get taken off the board yet. So that's the stuff I like to point out to people just to try to educate a little bit on how to approach these things. So look, we have a guard here. We have a running back. A lot of people like Williams right here.
So Trey McBride.
I saw Trey McBride is here, so we could get our tight end. Trey McBride is a good one, man. That's right. This is where I would first start thinking about tight end in the mocks. If it was real life, I think Jeremy Ruckert and some of these guys are going to go in the second. I don't think it's going to be like they're talking about with the tight ends. I think they're way off on their ratings. But for the mocks purposes, I think Trey McBride is a good one. Yeah, Ojabo is not I say it 4 different ways. I've heard it pronounced different ways too, but I think it's Ojabo is the correct way. But he's not a reach at 15. He's going to be a first round pick. I'm almost positive of it.
I gotta watch some.
I know, Gangrene. Look, you and I are similar thinkers, Gangrene. But I get it. I get it. And I agree with your second part of your sentence too. Douglas is going to smoke this draft. I think we're going to crush it. This is going to be a very, very strong draft. But so where we are here, let's take a look at our picks again real fast so you can see what we've built. We got Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Linderbaum, Brandon Smith, and Drake Jackson. Okay, so we got 3 defense, 1 offense. It would make perfect sense to switch over and grab an offensive player, or we could grab a cornerback and just kind of make sure we're stocking this defense with some more, with as many talented players as we can. So what is the chat thinking about the trade?
What do we think of chat?
The trade's kind of, they want us to go back 18 picks. Yeah. I wouldn't make that trade.
It's just an ugly trade, I think.
Yeah.
When you do the math of what 157 is, I mean, it's a 5th rounder. So.
All right. So let's go like this. Offense or defense? That's what I want to vote right now. So offense or defense? We said no to the trade. It's off the table. The trade stinks, as Robbie Oak says. Right. I agree. Not necessarily, Mike. That's not necessarily indicative of the drop-off in talent. It's just a drop-off of how the draft's strength is laid out. Like Tyler Linderbaum is the only center considered in that conversation because he is the best center in the class. But the next center, there's not a cliff after Linderbaum. Jarrett Patterson, you should take a look. You'll see what I mean. And I know what you're saying, but it's not necessarily indicative of what you're talking about. It's just that the strength of this draft up top is defense. So there's going to be a feeding frenzy for it, unless you have a need at an offensive position and the player there is the best player and you can fill that need. But you'll see. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a lot of defense up top in this one.
So the draft right now, the chat is more offense.
Okay. So that's what we're going to do via the chat. We're leaning offense. So we're going to go and pick offense. So here's what we got. These are our guys. You got some wide receivers. You got a running back. You got an offensive guard, a good one at that. Let's see. Now, Trey McBride is all the way down here at 85. But remember, Our next pick is in the 100, so we're going to lose all these guys.
Yep.
Now, one of my favorite wide receivers for this team is Zay Flowers. He's in here as well. So if we reach a little bit right now, it's not such a sacrilegious thing to do because our next pick, again, is 109. So you can reach a little bit right here and be totally justified. So we got offense. What position are we thinking?
I saw some tight end. I saw a wide receiver. Trey McBride is popping up a lot.
Okay,
Dotson.
so we got
so many good linemen here. Someone Tyler Algier, the running back.
Yeah, he's right here.
Tight ends. I actually have him in a draft. I took him, so it's not like I haven't done that. Tight ends, wide receiver, tight ends, Trey. It seems like tight end wins, and certainly Trey McBride seems to be the pick. Trey, then another Dotson, but I think that was the same guy. Yeah, Dom C keeps saying Dotson. Somebody else, Jetsfan forever saying Algier is awful. So it seems like tight end and definitely Trey McBride. Like if you
okay, so that's the one that chats. Let's take a look at Dotson real fast. So he's from Penn State. When the ball comes his way, Dotson has near elite body control and contortion ability in the air. He's supremely adaptable, and he can use his focus to haul in passes under contact. His frame is on the lighter side, but Dotson's hands and focus enable him to supersede that trait. Expanding on Dotson's executional strengths, he shows promise as a route runner. The Penn State star knows how to attack defender leverage with his route breaks, and he can use his speed to stack defenders after gaining separation at the line. He can sink his hips abruptly while employing head fakes on the double moves. Also aware of defenders' blind spots, and he knows how to attack those spots downfield. Sounds like a good option. So let's say wide receiver or tight end. It's leaning tight end right now, but I want to just throw that out there. Wide receiver or tight end.
John Amarillo saying Dotson would be the best value, would be a solid fit in the offense. Where are we with tight ends? So we don't have a tight end yet.
We don't, but there's a plenty of them in this draft. Plenty. Yeah. Good ones. And I'm not saying not to. I'd be totally fine. My pick is to go with the wide receiver right here. That's what I would pick because obviously we need one.
I'll just let you know the chat just did 1, 2, 3, 4 tight ends.
It's tight end.
Tight end.
Keith Herring changed his tight end to wide receiver. And so did Gang Green, it looks like. Oh, Mike Cos says the wide receivers are coming in.
John is
I know, right? I don't disagree with this, Kenny. I really don't. I would grab 2 tight ends in this draft. I'd also get 2 safeties, but I'm a little bit nuts. And 2 linebackers and 2 edge rushers. That's it. That's all I want.
Well, that's why we both have done mocks where we take every trade offer and bring in 30 guys.
Yeah. So here's the offensive board just to give it to you guys again. So Dotson is the highest rated, but remember, this is just their board. It doesn't mean anything as pick far already. As what we're thinking.
Stud City, pick already.
Dude, it's these guys are nuts. What's up, PG? All right, so
Ray McBride. Jetsfan forever. Just forever says McBride is better than Kittle. If that's true.
All right, so Trey McBride it is. That's the guy who won it. Okay, there he goes. Trey McBride is a Jet. So now we're gonna watch. Look, Jarrett Patterson right there. You see that? There goes Justin Ross. Everybody's gone. Dotson went right away.
Yeah, of course.
Ed Ingram's gone. Oh no, there's Dotson. That's interesting. So Justin Ross went before him, even though they had him rated lower. That's interesting.
Watch. Let's see if George Pickens is still there. He always lasts longer than I think he's going to. The Georgia wide receiver.
Falele made it to pick 98. Or no, 96, whatever the hell.
Wow, he's a beast. That guy. It took him. That was who me and John Post were debating over.
Oh yeah, there goes Zay Flowers. That was my guy. Damn it, I was gonna make a case for him in a second. Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. They took Zach Flowers right before we went. How do you
Yeah,
like that?
Zay Flowers, right there it is.
Zay Flowers.
So, guys, so here's what we did. We got a safety, a center, a linebacker, an edge, and a tight end. Now we need a wide receiver, probably. We would do very well to grab maybe another interior offensive lineman. I honestly, I don't think we can have too many of them. And there are still some good ones on the board. We could go with another tight end if we want, but we also need a cornerback. We should probably be considering cornerbacks. We have 4 picks left. So what say the chat? Offense or defense?
They're all laughing at us because there's so many tight ends right now. We already picked one. I don't know. They think it's funny that there's a lot of tight ends now.
Yeah, I'm looking at tight ends.
That's because you have it highlighted. Okay.
Yeah, I have tight end highlighted.
Okay, that's what they thought that was like.
That would be it. That would be funny. And let's try to speed this up a little bit. So we could grab another linebacker. There's another edge there, Isaiah Thomas. So what are we thinking? Offense or defense, guys? We have 2 picks in the next 3 picks. So let's take a look at the cornerbacks. Defense. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't know much about these guys. Let me see. I like Josh Jobe from Alabama.
As cornerback. Yep.
Yeah.
Cody Bryant, D, offense, linebacker or running back, cornerback or running back, defense, cornerback, messed up with corner, Gangrene is saying.
Of course.
Defense, Stud City.
Well, Gangrene, look, I want to point out, like, this is our first mock as a group, and it's like these processes are to try to help people. Like, everybody has names in their brain right now. They know what they've read. Everybody wants, like, Hamilton, Hutchinson, Linderbaum. Like, these are the names people know, so they want them. As we move through this process and things move, the combine is really fun. And then we start to learn. My whole thing is I hope to help teach some of the guys that don't really have that high level of familiarity with this stuff. I hope to teach them a little bit. Like, that's what we're doing here. That's it. After this pick to Houston for Deshaun Watson. There you go.
I was going to say that. Cody Bryant will go in the second.
Josh Jobe is, Tony G. You know what's interesting? His partner over here is also pretty good. Let's take a look. Jalen Armour Davis is starting to get some buzz, but in case the word hasn't gotten around, he's legit. The 6'1", 192-pound cornerback often plays second fiddle to Josh Jobe in mock drafts, but I think Armour Davis is actually the better prospect. Both are long coverage defenders, but Armour Davis is more twitchy, fluid, and natural with his footwork. He's also less reckless from a physicality standpoint. If there's a knock, he's not elite at producing on the ball. He has 2 interceptions and 2 pass deflections this year, with one of those picks coming last week against Tennessee. While it looks nice on the stat sheet, it was truly caused by a miscommunication between the quarterback and the wide receiver. So that's another guy we can consider. So are we thinking cornerback? Is that where we are?
A lot of people were saying corner. That was probably like the lead. That's what people are shouting out the most for in the chat for sure. But they're fighting. We have no agreement on which one. People like Joby, people like, they're all over the place with which corner.
There you go, Gangrene. I got you. So Darrell Bryant, interestingly enough, would like to go with Bryant. I get it. I see the logic. I do. All right. So are we on cornerback? Is that where we are? It seems like we are, right?
Yeah, we're definitely cornerback.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and look at the cornerbacks. Really, I think this should be between Armour Davis, Josh Jobe. I'd really like Tariq Castro-Field, but we can, I don't like to use their ratings like this, but he's going to be there for a long time. So we're at pick 109. Armour Davis is rated 105. And be honest, I don't have that deep of a level of info moving forward. So I'm inclined to go with Armour Davis. What do you guys think?
They have him ranked way over Joby.
Yeah, PG. His name is Isaiah Spiller. He went already. That's the closest thing to Derrick Henry you're going to see this year. I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Josh Jobe. D. Santana wants Josh Jobe. Tomlinson is a pedigree name. It is. It definitely is. Travius Hodges Tomlinson. It's a good name. So, all right.
Yeah.
We're going to go with you guys. Nobody's voting. They're just saying stuff. Dave Santana says Josh Jobe. Robbie Oak says Bryant. Kobe Bryant right here.
Just goes back and forth. Davis.
Yeah. So we're going to go. I have one vote for a name. I'm going to pick them. Kobe, Jobe, Hodges, Tomlinson, or Bryant.
Back there.
Let's go with the highest rated of those. So let's take Josh Jobe. Here we are. That's our guy. Here he comes from Alabama. Boom. He's a Jet. Now we do it all over again. We're at 111.
Congratulations, you're a Jet.
Congratulations, you're a miserable bastard. They don't care. These are kids. They're getting their dream. They're going to be, they're going to make millions of dollars, even if they're late round picks, man. You make, what, 250 G's a year? What's minimum these days? I don't even know, but
I don't know.
Right.
I think it's funny that we had a pick 2 picks later. Like we had this pick, we spent all that time and we had the pick at 111.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to show you guys what the Jets picks are again, just so we have 111, then we have 146. That's 35 picks later. Then we have 157. So, again, we have a safety, we have a center, we have a linebacker, we have an edge, we have a tight end, we have a cornerback. We do not have a running back. We do not have a wide receiver. We do not have a guard, which is something you might want to consider. And we might want to consider kicker with that last pick as well. But there's also another safety in here I really like. So what positions are we thinking, guys? And let's try to get this moving a little bit. Minimum is $450,000. I love it. See, I would take that any day of the week. Anybody making $450 out there? I'm not. That's not what I make.
I'll take it.
Is that what you make? Is that what you make, Jeremy, to play football?
Not even close.
If they took me, I'm 40. I'll be 49 years old tomorrow, right? So tomorrow's my birthday. I'll be 49 years old. If they said, hey, we'll give you $450,000 to put on a helmet and run around out there, if you can make it through the season, you make $450,000. I'd go out there right now. I would. And I'd make it. And I wouldn't be sitting on the sideline with friggin' turf toe either. I'd be covered in blood and I'd still be on the field. Broken arm, I don't give a shit. I want my 450. Smoke Monday's gone.
Just saying happy birthday now. So.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
So our birthday
last year in my 40s.
Our birthday is separated by 5 days. How do you like that?
When's your birthday?
The 10th. It was on Friday last week.
Oh, happy birthday, buddy. Did I say happy birthday already? Probably.
Yeah, I sent you a picture of my brother sent me the Jet spatula.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't connect. I didn't connect the dots.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, guys. Thank you, PG. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's right. Technically speaking, Tony says it's only 28 minutes away. If we're still here, you guys can really wish me happy birthday. I'll eat the rest of my gingerbread RV. We have a gingerbread RV, and I'll eat the rest of it.
Thank you, Robbie.
Thanks, PG. You guys are great. Happy belated. Yeah, it's right. Happy birthday to Jeremy. Right, man.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jimmy Kelly. I appreciate
too old. It. All right. So 111, the pick. I saw a lot of offense before, but man, it's really hard. We have to narrow it down to 2 choices and only count one of the 2
All right.
choices.
So let's go wide receiver or running back. What do you guys want? That's what we're doing with this pick. Wide receiver or running back. We've gone defense heavy so far.
Thanks,
we
Jonathan.
have 2 offensive picks. We got a center and we got a tight end. The good news is both of them are badass. So, I mean, the guys we picked are pretty badass. The question I have is Drake Jackson. I don't love that pick, but it's fine. But the rest of the guys, these are studs. We got a stud draft here. Even if it's not the guys you wanted, the guys that we picked are pretty good. So what is it?
Stud City, we took a tight end already. It's running back. Definitely running back.
Running back? Okay,
Yep,
so
yep.
here's our running backs. Stud City, I'm with you if you think 2 tight ends. I would have no problem grabbing 2 tight ends. We got Kenny Yeboah here all year. Next year, he'll get a legitimate shot to make the roster. You bring in 2 more tight ends, and let's get rid of our old fogies.
Yeah.
So, okay, running backs, here we come. Hassan Haskins is somebody's been telling me about him. I got to take a look at him. You got Zonovan Knight. So it's being said that Hassan Haskins might be a sleeper, man.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm being told.
Zonovan at North Carolina State's pretty good. I watch a lot of NC State. If AC was in here, he'd be going crazy right now for us to take Zonovan.
Oh, is that right?
He went to State, so he's a big State fan. He'd be going crazy right now. They have 2 good players, NC State, like to really be serious about. They have an offensive lineman, like a hybrid tackle guard, I'm forgetting his name, and they have Zonovan for running back.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about the running back? We've chosen running back over wide receiver. And what do you guys think? What do we want here? Here, let's just take this group right here. This is it. Pick from these blue guys.
Zonovan is a great name.
It is a great name. And Zonovan Knight is a great name. The whole thing is good.
I live in Sacramento now, Keith, but I'm from Brooklyn.
The good news, Andrew, is we got one. We took one. So what is it? Zonovan?
I see Knight. Somebody's saying Knight, so that's Zonovan. Then someone's saying Jerome Ford.
Yeah. You want to see the draft notes, John? All right, hold on. I'm going to show you guys the draft notes. It's if they even have it.
I like the name Jerome.
Here's Zonovan Knight's draft notes. So since arriving at North Carolina State in 2019, Zonovan Bam Knight has been the model of consistency. The junior running back has averaged 5.5 yards per carry in his 2 seasons with the Wolfpack. Furthermore, he has rushed for 745 yards in 2019 while adding 788 yards to his resume last season. Meanwhile, he doubled his touchdown tally from his freshman season to his sophomore campaign. Coming into 2001 college football season, he has 15 touchdowns with potential to add to that total while surpassing 1,000-yard mark behind one of the best offensive lines in the Atlantic Coast Conference. So that would be interesting to add Zonovan Knight. That'd be interesting. What do you guys think? Zonovan Knight sound good?
Let me see. I'm sold.
Man.
Tony G is sold. Best value.
No, I do. It's funny because when I read it, I almost stopped and made a whole thing about consistency, Nick. So I appreciate you taking the time to mention that, and I'll leave it there. Consistency's king, man. That's what I like.
Oh, Keith drove a lot of Uber at NC State. That's cool. My parents live down there, Keith, and so does my brother.
All right, everybody's saying take him except Jets forever.
Z-Knights.
Forever. Yeah, everybody's saying yes. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna take him anyway. Jets forever. This is not Jets forever. He's like, this draft sucks. That's what he's saying. You don't like it
right now.
All right, here comes Zonovan Knight. We got him. So now we're gonna watch all. There goes Isaiah Thomas. I like him as a late round or a mid round edge as well. But here they go. So let's take a look while we're watching that. I want to show you guys the safeties that are left. We could double up. Here's my guy. Here's my target right here. Oops, not him. Here's my guy, Isaiah Polamau. Love him. I also like Quentin Lake. So those are 2 guys that I'm keeping my eyes on. Oh, we got a trade. You want to drop 10? Look at this. This is the trade they give you every year. Every mock you do, somebody comes in with one of these. So they'll give us all these picks for this. What do you think? Yes or no to the trade?
The only thing I like about it is that we get our kicker at 228.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the trick. So this gives us the ability to grab a few late round picks. What do you guys think?
Trade. I got one trade. Yes.
Craig,
yes.
we are set up very well in free agency. We clear over, I think it's 20 million in dead cap this year. So yeah, we're set up pretty good.
I like it. Trade. Yes. Trade.
So what we could do, everybody's saying take the trade. I'm even going to counter it a little bit. Let's see. Let's take our 6th off there.
See that make it a 7th.
We don't have a 7th.
Oh, we don't have a 7th next year?
Let's see. No.
How did we lose that already?
The McClendon trade.
Hmm.
It was declined. So let me see.
Everything, Green Bean.
I know some things. Let me add their 7th and see. Nope, that's it. That's the cheapest thing they have. So that was like, hey, give me 5 more cents. They said no. So yeah, that's it. All right, so we're going to take the trade, it looks like. Let's accept it and watch where this goes.
All right.
So now, like, we can double up at safety. We can double up at tight end. We can grab a late round wide receiver if you want. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So here's the big board. Nolan Smith up top.
Ooh, look, we got 2 in a row coming.
Yeah, look at that. So just real quick, now our picks look like this. So we went right up. We went from 2 picks to 4, just like that, 156 and 57. So this could be our double up. What do you guys think? You want to grab a tight end and a safety or something right around here? What do you think? That's what I think we should do.
I love Josh Wiley. Whatever, how you say his name.
So Andrew says safety and wide receiver. Good work. Thanks, PG. He's like, I like that one. D. Santana says cornerback. Smack J.C. Jackson with the checkbook in the offseason. Yeah, maybe. See, this is me. This is what I think we should do. Safety and tight end. That's what I'm thinking. And I'll show you guys what we're looking at here. So the tight ends that are left, we got Wiley, who's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
My guys are gone. Holy shit. They got Oh, no, here he is. Look, Charlie Kolar is a fantastic tight end. He produces every year, man. So I like him a lot. We got Wiley or Kolar. Let's take a look at the safeties. Quentin Lake's still there.
Can he block?
Polomal's gone. Damn it. So anyway, what do you guys think?
Who blocked?
This is for the next 2 picks. We're going to pick 2 picks right here. Get Mo Bob wants me to look at linebacker for him. So here's what the linebackers look like. I'll be honest, I don't really know any of these guys.
Oh, get Mo. Let's check out the linebackers.
Yeah, I love some linebackers. There goes Polomal right there. Look at that. Oh, and there's Ruckert too. These would have been the 2 guys I wanted. But it is what it is. Ruckert's never making it this far down. Never. Unless he's injured. He's a tough son bitch. So Kolar, yeah, like Kittle. Why not? Tight end and safety from Gangrene. What's that?
Can he block Kolar?
Yes. Yeah, okay. He's not the best blocker, but he's a good blocker. But he's got great. He's just a very solid all-around tight end. Very good hands. He puts up, I think he had like 48, 50 receptions last year, I think it was. And he had a whole bunch. I haven't looked at him in a minute. Last time I looked, he had like 40, 38 receptions. This year, he was having a great year. Yeah. Quentin Lake and Cole. Oh, that's my guy right there. That's exactly what I would do. D. Santana says linebacker Clark from LSU. Here's the first sentence. Damon Clark didn't live up to expectations last season and that of the LSU staff. Despite that, there were flashes on film. I mean, we are in the late rounds, so that's fine. Excellent sideline-to-sideline range. He moves acceptable for a man of his size, 245 pounds. Interestingly enough, that's a little big for a solid linebacker. I like those linebackers, but I don't think Saleh likes that. Which Bill Cox departed the NFL. So this is kind of pre-2021. So I'm not really familiar how he panned out. So guys, let's make a decision. Which 2 positions do you want here? I see a few safety tight ends. I see some linebacker. So let's do this. All right. I'll look at the safety for you, buddy. He says to look at I know I get so stuck. It's Richardson he wants me to look at, right? Is that what he said?
I think so.
Coming soon. Yeah, they don't have much on him. Just a little bit. All right. So how does this sound? Linebacker and tight end. How's that sound, Jeremy?
Linebacker and tight end. Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, fine. Tight end, doubling up on tight end is a good thing. I think because we need to make sure we hit on it. I mean, I think McBride, I'm really happy about. Like, I'm definitely stoked about him. He's a beast as a receiver.
For who?
For McBride, who we have. Like, I'm really stoked about him.
Yeah.
Like, he's a great receiver.
Yeah, and don't forget, man, and we have Kenny Yeboah, dude. He's a very talented guy, Kenny Yeboah. He's very talented, raw, but he's been sitting on our team all year. You know what I mean? Learning the offense, getting in on special teams. All right, so here we go. We're gonna take we're gonna do this. We're gonna go ahead and take the top linebacker in Damone Clark. He said he's flashed brilliance, filling in for Jabril Cox. I don't know how he did this year. So there he goes. And now we're going to grab that tight end that everybody wants, including myself. And even though, where the hell did he go? What happened? Where did he go?
He has
did I not? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not there.
Okay.
Okay.
Get the right tab.
And let's grab Charlie Kolar. And the guys, don't forget, what we can do here is the guys we pick, if we're unfamiliar, take a look at them. Use this as a catalyst to studying on some guys, because it's really interesting to get to know these guys. And we'll take Charlie Kolar. There we go. We doubled up on tight end, doubled up on linebacker. I like it. So now let's watch this big board. We have, hold on a second. Come on.
We have 2 left, right?
I'm trying to figure it out, but I can't.
I'm pretty sure we have 2 in the 200.
2. Yeah, I think so. Right. So we have 217 and 228 left. What do you want our last pick to be? I think everybody's going to vote for kicker. We'll give it to the group. Now, look, I want to point out we have a cornerback right here who's a stud. I would not stud, but he's got a lot of potential. Just somebody out there. Tariq Castro-Fields. He's pretty good. So just somebody to consider. But just to look at what the Jets have done so far, I think, are we not up yet? What the hell happened? Oh, I stopped it somehow. Sorry. And there, Quentin Lake is still out there. But so we went defense heavy. We got 2 tight ends and a center. Oh, we also got a running back. So that's pretty good. So what's the chat thinking for this next pick here? What are we thinking? Need to see the kickers? We will. We'll save it. Everybody wants a kicker. We're sick of it.
You know, even though we know in this app it's gonna let you take the kicker with the last pick. In real life, we don't know. Somebody might grab him, so we should think about it now with this pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like in reality, like we'd be wanting JD to just grab him already. We'd be scared that we would lose him.
I hear you, Bob. That's what I'm saying. I think the plan with this particular draft was to stick Linderbaum in at center and move McGovern to guard. So we take care of 2 birds with 1 stone.
There we go.
Yeah, that's definitely the truth, Craig. That's definitely the truth. Robbie Oak was talking, or Salty Nuts was talking about it earlier. Yeah, Penn State, sign me up. I hear you, man, especially defense for Penn State. I like them. Tight ends, linebackers, that's Penn State to me. Oh, look, Kyle Phillips. So here's the big board. Now, let's take a look at the guards real quick. Gitmo Bob brings up a good point. We didn't grab one. We also haven't grabbed a wide receiver, but we can get him in free agency. We can, and we could be going that route. But again, these are guys' names I'm not really familiar with. So we could take a wide receiver. We could take a guard. You always have Matt Kallenberger or Mark Kallenberger from Iowa. Iowa makes good offensive linemen. That's where we got Linderbaum from. Or he's Iowa State, right? Let me see. I think he's Iowa. Yep. So you want to take the guard that played next to Linderbaum all year? Look at that.
Yeah, it's hard to get a read on him, though.
It is. But hey, he played next to Linderbaum. They know each other. They're friends.
They got some chemistry.
That's what I'm getting at here. So what's the chat think? Safety kicker. What was the first pick? The first pick, Go Hangard, was Kyle Hamilton. That's who we got. The second pick was Tyler Linderbaum. After some trades, we gained another first and a third. Yeah, it's okay. Go Hanger. We'll help you out. I see. McGovern start off really bad, but always picks it way up. Well, I'll tell you what's going on with him is that what you're seeing is a guy learning a new system. So don't forget, last year was his first year in Adam Gase's system. It took him 6-8 games to snap into it. This year, brand new system. It took him a few games, 6-8 games to get into it. And now that he's playing in this system, he looks really good. And next year, the assumption would be that he's going to continue to play at this level because now he's staying in the same system.
All right.
So that's all it is. So what do you guys think? I think I'm seeing more offensive line. I think here's PG with an offensive line. We got our edge. We can go edge now. We can double up on edge. Let's see who we got. Jordan Strachan from South Carolina. Yeah, I'm not familiar with any of these guys yet. This is the nitty gritty here. All right, so give me a position, guys. We could take the kicker. I'll show you the kickers. Cade York is the best kicker in the country, from what I understand. Incredibly talented kicker. Gabe Burkick. What's that?
Super clutch. Over 50 yards to win a game kind of guy.
Yeah.
For LSU.
So, who was saying it earlier? I forget. Who was it? Somebody was saying, Nick Rousseau. He said, I want the best number one kicker in the draft. That's what I want. All right. So let's get, you want to grab the guard that played next to Linderbaum and then wait for kicker and take a chance? Or do you want to grab the kicker?
Kicker it is.
Kicker it is. Hank's like, I made my decision.
Yeah, no more missed extra points.
D. Santana, let's take him now. Okay, there it is. So let's grab Cade York. We just solved our kicker problem for the next decade. Here he comes. Yeah!
We hope. No. It's not gonna.
All right. So here we go. So now we have a minute. No, we don't, because we're up.
He does that.
Let's take a look. So here we got our recap is we got Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Linderbaum. So a safety, a center, linebacker, edge, tight end, cornerback, running back, linebacker, tight end, kicker. Our last position should be something that can be a part of the pipeline because this guy's going to be developmental. So you want a guard, maybe a defensive lineman, maybe a cornerback, or maybe another safety, somebody like that you can throw in the mix. Special teams, like PG was talking about earlier, somebody that can play special teams, but is also going to be part of our pipeline, developmental guy. So I would probably lean offensive line here. That's where I'm going. Let's see if our boy's still there.
I think developmental tackle, or maybe
Kallenberger's still there. We can look at tackles. Jordan McFadden from Clemson, Donovan Jennings from South Florida. All right, let's do that. What do you guys think? Guard or tackle? Yeah, I see a lot of I see some edge, punter for shits. Now, our punter's a stud, Liam. Everybody's got to give him a second to get his leg back. His plant leg has been ripped out of his body. He's wearing a friggin' robot cast. You see, he was back last week. He got some nice ones for us.
Yeah. He was punting with a vengeance.
Jack Burke says guard now. Tackle depth. Look, Craig says every one of those picks just went on the COVID protocol since they're Jets. All right, guard or tackle. That's what we're doing. Guard or tackle.
The last two votes were guard. I don't see any more. We need to get rid of 5. No, come on. Guard or tackle? We got 2 for guard. We need to get
just letting us know.
Tackle depth. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Tackle?
Guard. Yeah, but it's guard, tackle, so it's still guard in the lead.
We got a couple more tackles.
Tackle's making a comeback.
All right, we got 3 tackles because most of those votes are gangrene so far. Oh, look at Jason R. A guackle. I like it. That's
Wow.
pretty good.
I guess it's tackle.
Yeah, it is. It's tackle. All right. So we'll grab the top tackle on the board from a big school. Jordan McFadden from Clemson. He's rated 226. We're getting him at 228. It's a value pick. All right, here we go. There it is. Jordan McFadden. Let's see what he's. I'm very high on offensive lineman Jordan McFadden, who'll move to the left side after starting at right tackle in 2020. He's fundamentally sound, strong, and mobile. McFadden comes with average size and may ultimately move to guard on Sundays. So that's a tackle guard. Good, not bad. Okay, a guard that can play tackle. Here he comes, Jordan McFadden. It is. All right, so we'll take a look. Exactly. We'll take a look at what we've gained for next year. I don't even remember if we gained any more picks for next year, if we just did the first and third. We'll find out in a moment.
I never remember.
Yeah, it's hard, man. We talked about 100,000 things tonight, And it's funny, you know what? Remember what I said at the beginning of the stream? I said, yeah, I started early. Maybe I'll get to bed early tonight. Nope. I just did an extra hour. We've been here for, 2.5 hours we've been doing this. All right, here we go, guys. So we grabbed Kyle Hamilton and Tyler Linderbaum in the first. After trading back with the Steelers, we got a first and third next year, and they chose Garrett Wilson. They gave all that up for that receiver. I guess Claypool isn't enough. So then we grabbed, with our second round pick, Brandon Smith, linebacker at Penn State. With our second round pick, we grabbed edge rusher Drake Jackson out of USC. Then in the third, we grabbed tight end Trey McBride out of Colorado State. Pick 109, we went cornerback from Alabama. Then we took a running back, Zonovan Knight, running back from North Carolina State. Damon Clark, the linebacker from LSU, doubling up at linebacker. Right? Yeah. Okay. And then we took a double up on tight end from Iowa State, Mr. Charlie Kolar. Then we solved our kicker problem. Finally, Cade York out of LSU. And then we wrapped it up with developmental offensive lineman Jordan McFadden out of Clemson. And we also added a first and third, which will be our third consecutive year with 2 firsts and at least an additional second or third. Joe Douglas knows how to keep that going, and so do we. So we did it. So what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Steeler trade. What do you guys think? Let me know. Give me letter grade, A to F. What do you guys think?
30 minutes after this draft.
Joe Douglas was fine. No, this would be a good draft. This would be a good draft. That's funny, though, Tony.
Hold it, just for perspective, we added the best safety coming out of the draft, generational safety. We added the best center coming out of the draft. We added a very high-ranking linebacker. We added a very well-regarded tight end. Like we were filling holes for sure.
Absolutely. Now, in truth, I think that we needed to get a first-round edge, and I think that's really important this year. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tyler Linderbaum might have even been there in the early second. Probably not this round, but then we could have just grabbed Jarrett Patterson or, Lindstrom, and we would have solved that as well. But still, it's a solid draft, especially in the first half of the draft. The second half got a little twitchy, but I think we did okay. Zonovan Knight, Damon Clark, Charlie Kolar, Cade York. Dude, this is a nice draft, guys. So give us your letter grade, A to F.
I see a lot of B pluses, C plus, B plus, triple A.
Let me see. Yeah,
B plus.
Oh, so Keith, hey, thank you, Keith. He says, happy birthday. It is official in 3 minutes. I'll stay on with you guys. Why not? I'll make sure that we get to celebrate right here. But I appreciate the super chat. It's happy birthday, GreenBean. Been fun. And it was fun. I know it gets stressed. Oh, these mocks always get tense. Everybody gets nuts. But it's okay. This is just the first one. It was spontaneous. We had no idea we were going to do this tonight. We just said, what the hell? So why not? Let's see. So we got a B. Thanks again, Keith. I appreciate it. Jets Forever says B minus. Jets Forever changes that immediately and goes C plus. Dan Green says B. Andrew Siaka says B plus. Gitmo Bob says C plus. D Santana says good draft. Mike Kaz says B. Go Hangard refuses to look at it and rate it because he wasn't here. You could still give us a grade on what you think. Keith Herring says B plus. PG triple A. That's the key. Stud City 718 says 3 first rounders for Jamal Adams is a win. And I think these C pluses aren't considering that. Don't forget, we added another first and another third. So Jamal Adams literally got us 3 firsts and 2 thirds in addition to the fourth. So Jamal Adams in a fourth got us 3 firsts and 2 thirds. Incredible. That's incredible. Especially when you look at the picks we've used. And, so we got AVT, Tyler Linderbaum, and another first and another third. Incredible. Who'd we use the other third on? I think it was shit. Who was that? Who was the other? That we traded it up for ABT.
We traded them. Yeah. It helped us get ABT. So
I hear you, Go Hangard, but I am this time, only this time. Like it's Hamilton. It's the player. It's not the position for me, but I hear you. Might have got a center in the second. Oh, I agree. Skimped on the edge, though. I think so, too. Like coming out of this without even Ojabo is a little – that's a risky one, in my opinion.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially GreenBean's birthday.
Oh!
And you have a chat. You have a super chat.
Oh, I do?
Saying it.
Well, let's do this for my birthday first. Hold on just 1 second. First, we'll do this. Boom. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So wait, go on.
Because I'm not the best singer, I'll make it really short and sweet. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Okay.
Nice. I like that. That was good. That was good. So real quick, just for my birthday, we'll get one of these going. There you go. That's my birthday Jets chant. It is. And thank you guys. Look at this. We love you. Oh, you guys are awesome. Truly. I really do appreciate it. Craig Safola, thank you, my friend. He says, happy birthday, you handsome bastard. Look at that. Oh, yeah. You make me feel I don't know how to handle it. Oh, shucks.
Craig looks like he could solve our right guard problem.
That?
I said Craig looks like he can solve our right guard problem. Looks like a big dude.
I'm telling you. So, right, Gangrene, this is the thing. Hamilton, Smith, Linderbaum, and added a first and third that's a pretty legit draft. It's pretty legit. I get it. If you're not happy, Go Hangard says C+. I know. Well, not yet, Andrew. I'm 49. I got 1 year before we get to that. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm almost a 50-year-old man, dude. I remember my grandfather's 52nd birthday. Like, I remember it. I was at the party. Like, it's what?
Shut up. I'm already there.
I know.
Sucks.
Jack Burke, the strongest positions in this draft are it's safety, interior offensive line, and edge up top. The edge class falls off a cliff after the first batch, but the first batch are very, very strong. So it's interior offensive line, safety, and this is also a very strong tight end class as well. Other groups are strong, but linebackers are solid, pretty solid class. But yeah, it's really about the interior offensive line, the safeties, and the edge rushers. That's the real strength of this draft. And obviously there are going to be strong players in every group, but that's where the depth is in this draft. And this is a very strong tight end class, considering it's deeper than usual and deeper than last year. And last year had some pretty solid developmental guys like Nick Eubanks. Obviously Kenny Yeboah. There are guys that really have potential to make it in the NFL while being developed. There's quite a few. Poljan from UVA. was another one from last year's class. And these guys will take a minute, but a lot of them have a real good shot. This draft class is actually deep with tight ends. When you Wiedermeyer, you go Isaiah Likely, then you got the Ruckerts and Kolars and Laportas of the world, and there's quite a few, man, that are going to be going to have a real shot to make an impact in the NFL. This is one of those drafts where you see the 3rd, 4th round tight ends actually becoming solid starters, like a Kittle. Kittle, I think, was a 3rd round pick.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You think how many people passed on him? If you could redraft it, you take Kittle with a 1st every day of the week.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
But this is one of those drafts where you can get that tight end. You know what I mean? And so that's why we should take one, man. And this is the thing. I want to talk to you guys about this. Joe Douglas, like fans, we want certain things to happen. I need this. I want to come on. Why isn't he doing this? Joe, in my opinion, and it hasn't been proven yet, but what I'm really observing this guy and what I think he is aware of is which draft classes are strong in which position. So he's paying attention to the fact he had Marcus May. He said, hey, I'll sign you for multiple years if it's this deal. If it's not that deal, I'm going to franchise you and then go get my safety in the strongest safety class in recent memory. So I think he's paying attention to that, like not grabbing a tight end last year. He took Kenny Yeboah as an undrafted free agent, incredible value. Let me put him on the team, practice squad, keep him developing. And then next year is safeties, edge, and tight ends because the class is strong. We have 2 first-round picks. The edge class is super strong up top. So we're going to grab one. This is what I think. I think he's paying attention to that. So even though it could look like, why didn't you grab a fucking tight end, man? Blah, blah. And you know me, I was calling for a tight end all offseason. But he knows that next year's draft class is super strong with tight end. So that's where he's going to grab one because it's more likely to hit. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm thinking is going on. And I'm watching. It's not proven to me yet. But that's what I think is going on. So I see a lot of B pluses, Ant Jets, Mikey Mouse, B plus. That's pretty good. So, yeah, I like the Notre Dame center is Jarrett Patterson, and he's one of my favorites, man. I honestly think that's the guy. If we draft a center, that's the guy we're going to grab, and we'll grab him in the 2nd. So let's see. Oh, thank you, Brandon. Tell your father I said thank you. And I hope the Jets win for him. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of sleepers in this draft, Tony. There really are. And that's the thing. When you look at who Joe Douglas chose last year, when you look at Michael Carter II, when you look at Jamie Sherwood and those guys, nobody had us taking those guys. Hamza Nasruddin was supposed to be a 2nd or 3rd round pick. We got him in the 6th. So even though it takes time for these guys to play, when you look at the value of what Joe Douglas is doing, when you look at Michael Carter in the 4th, Michael Carter II later in the draft, I think it was a 5th or 6th, and they're both having impacts. Like, this is the way to make a team. And then you play them. Like I said, I'm not happy with all their personnel moves. But as far as the players they're bringing on, I'm very happy with the way that we're doing this. And I think we just got to wait. We just got to see. It sucks. But, that's the way it is. So Stud City says, I wouldn't mind sacrificing Linderbaum for a defensive end. I hope he or another center is there later. Yeah, I think, and that's exactly how I feel. Again, the chat ruled the day. It's a vote. We do this a lot of times. You guys pick players that are not who I would pick, but I want to give that to you guys. We just consensus rules and we go like that. Like, I would have taken Ojabo there without question. There wouldn't even have been a question. I wouldn't have taken the trade, and I wouldn't have that 1st and 3rd either, though. So there's that. You know what I mean? I mean, is a 1st and a 3rd in Linderbaum worth more than Ojabo? There's a case to be made, my friends. So anyway, so I think I'm going to wrap this. Let me just get to a couple more comments and then we'll wrap this up. It's been, it's over 2.5 hours. So I'm kind of done. Jets 830 says, hey, Greenbean, if we sign Isaac Rex, BYU tight end for Zach, they had crazy chemistry. Well, I mean, that might be something that they're looking to do. They did bring on an offensive lineman from his team last year. He didn't make it, but they tried. They took a swing. So that would be interesting. I have no problem with that sort of stuff. But you don't see a lot of teams doing that. Like, that's not really, I mean, you saw the Jags do it with ETN and Trevor Lawrence this year in last draft. You also saw the Bengals give Joe Burrow, what's his name? Jamar Chase, right? So you do see it, but it's not something that teams really lean on all that much, like to get the player in college that they worked with. I think they have their board. They look at the talent, and it's the coach's job to develop the chemistry with the players. But I'm not against it, man. I'm not against it. Let's see what else we got. Kevin says, by the way, if the Jaguars beat the Texans, I believe we will move up to the number 3 spot due to strength of schedule, just realized. But not when we beat Miami, buddy. And that's what's going to happen this week. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. I'm super excited, and you want to know why? Because we get Michael Carter the first and Michael Carter the second back. We get Bryce Huff back. We get Tyler Croft back. It's going to be exciting times. And I think that who?
Coleman is
Kevin
back
Coleman.
Too. So we have our backup running back. So
goodbye, LaMichael Pirine. They'll probably stick Austin Walter in there, the Dynamo Supreme, and Dropsy McGoogle. You know, we'll put him in there. Jets New York. Jets New York 101. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate the super chat. He says, we need linebackers who can cover a screen. Tell, dude, yeah. You ain't saying nothing I don't know. I'll tell you that, man. We need, and I honestly, I think it's more schematic. Honestly, I think that a lot of the times our players are in poor position, and or they don't really understand the scheme or whatever, but we're a really loose team. We give lots of space, man. I don't know what that's all about, but I do think that they were really counting on Jamie Sherwood to make an impact and win his position on the team after a few games. I think they were kind of hoping Nasruddin would also be able to do that as well. But I think if Sherwood can come in and be that linebacker, he has a lot of potential as a coverage linebacker, very, very short tackler as well. So, but I'm with you. I think, hey, man, bring in the backers. You know what I mean? Bring in the linebackers. I don't care. Devin Lloyd. There he is. Darryl Bryant. Devin Lloyd's one of my faves. I like him. Wouldn't that be great, Jets forever? Let's say this all falls and we get the first pick. Let me tell you what I'm doing with that first pick. Trady. That's what I'm doing with that first pick. I would absolutely 100% be like, the sale is open. We are open for business. Who wants it? And I would definitely trade that pick, and then try to get down and grab, the next best player. And who knows where Seattle's. Imagine they're a top 5 pick and we trade the first pick. Geez, that would be delightful, wouldn't it, Jeremy?
I love the idea of having a top pick and then trading the second first round pick back a little bit, getting a lot of draft capital, and then still getting a key guy like a Nakobe Dean or a Lloyd or, so however it works out, but getting a quality guy somewhere between 16 and 23, but also gaining a ton of capital of doing it,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And look, we can always judge these drafts in a way that, it's not real or this isn't real. And the truth is, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, I saw a comment that the Pittsburgh trade was a little far-fetched, and it is. But at the same time, the trades that we got offered for our first pick were unrealistic on the negative side. So it's like, you're never going to get up this high without giving me a first-round pick. It's just not happening.
Right.
So, it's just the sim is the sim. It's algorithmic and all that sort of stuff. So, But I think we did okay. I would give this draft a B+. Now, when you start looking at the first and third, I might give it an A, honestly. I mean, I don't love, like I said, I wouldn't have taken Linderbaum, but grabbing him is not a mistake as far as the player being a solid impact. He's going to be an impact player. He's going to be great. So you didn't, it's just where your priorities are. Again, I just don't see the only center that has a first-round grade on him being the pick. There's going to be centers in the second round that are almost as good. So that's how I think. But I can't wait to see the combine. This combine is going to be great. Oh my God, Craig, I can't even put your comment up there, buddy. That's terrible. Terrible. I know we just need, and I still love you. I do. He says, Mikey Mouse, we just need the Jags to win a game or two. Wouldn't that be great? I know I need Detroit to win. I need the Jags to win. I just want to move up 1 or 2. Just give me the second overall pick again. Oh, that'd be delightful. I would love it. All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap this up. Jeremy, why don't you tell those guys what you got going on?
NFL Chaos with Jeremy. It's my name. That's my YouTube channel. So I just started it 3 weeks ago. So I'm getting it filled with content. We got like 3 things going on there already. I'm thinking Wednesday nights for a live stream. I'm working on the exact time. It might even start tomorrow. Every Thursday morning, you're going to see NFL predictions come out. I team up with this fantasy football guy, and we pick who's going to win every game for the week. And me and my brother have been covering the late games every Sunday, and we do it like a red zone. So he watches a game, I watch a game. I got DirecTV. We go to the more interesting games. By the time we get to the end, we got like 2 exciting games going, and we fight each other, like yelling out what's going on. It's a lot of fun, a lot of chaos, which is the name of the channel. So, and I'll be putting up some more fun videos too. So check it out. Sub, help me out. I'm almost at 100. I think I need like 12 or 13 more. And that helps me get the easy to findness of, the channel and everything, the new URL.
Yeah, it gives you a quick link.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's good. So let's support our boy. I'm sorry. Go on. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was saying that I got the long marathon, right, of building it up, and I know it's going to take a lot of time, which is fine with me.
Yeah. So give him your support. If you haven't yet, go over there and sub to Jeremy's channel. I want to let you guys know this Thursday night, we have Luke Grant from Play Like a Jet on the Thursday Thick of It. We're going to talk about the potential progress or lack thereof of a lot of the players that we are hoping are developing on the Jets this year. If you don't know Luke, he's a fantastic analyzer and breaks down the games and all that. He's excellent. So he's going to be on with us from 8 to 9. We moved it back to 8 p.m. So Thursday, Thick of It, 8 p.m. I want to remind you guys about a couple things. We're having the contest here. If you haven't subbed, now's the best time to do so because you can win a shirt and a Manscaped Ultra Smooth package. You just got to sub here and sub to my other channel, Full-Time Coaster Tour. I'm about to release my Cedar Point video on that channel. I'm almost done with the voiceover on it, so we'll have that out in the next day or so. And if you would like to support me on Patreon, I love it. I appreciate it. I have such awesome shit in the works for my Patreon subscribers, like private game viewings and all classic game, all kinds of cool shit, man. So you can do $5, $10, $25, whatever you want to do. And you get certain things on those tiers. The link is in the description. And you can also, if you're looking for Christmas gifts for your sports fans, the first link in the description is my sponsor, sportsmemorabilia.com. The link right there will take you directly to the Jets page. All purchases on there help the channel, and if you spend more than $50, you get free shipping. So, guys, it's been a great night. I love having you here. Thanks for being here for my birthday, guys. I'm now 49 years old, and I'm excited about it. It's going to be a good year, everybody. So, with that said, have a great night. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate you being here, and we'll see you guys next time. Where's my
everyone?
There you go. Oh, that's why I'm on a different thing here. Hold on. There they are. All right, guys. Have a great night. Here we go.
Thanks, Tony G.
I think he's going to be day one, a violent vertical edge setter.
He's gonna be in the neck. I see some ass off the edge. Get that mindset to put your shoulder on somebody.
Dig, drop, you're finished.
Hey, first down!